white beard guy, and he's getting dicked around, and you know the fucking king's getting a little cocky. He's got his wife, the queen. She's like doing secret meetings.
Okay. We got to continue the merchant empire that we have started. Sending out quests. We are generating 1764 a day. That's pretty freaking good. It's pretty freaking good. I want to keep getting these guys. These are some of the best archers that we're at. I think they are. But we, yeah, yep. What am I doing at this place? All my people are. Oh, who the hell is this? My brother. Okay, my family. What? Why does it look like they died? Father. Okay. He's alive. Jesus Christ.
With
And we're gonna
Nilfgaard,
watch
set up
Angry Josh.
deals, and this guy's like, fuck that,
Okay.
what the
We're
fuck?
doing
And
that.
so he
We're doing that.
basically has the motherfucking queen
Audio's
killed,
good. We're actually gonna
head
go.
chopped off, put in a box, and when he discovers it, he's like, oh my god, my wife,
What's the
who
closest
did
wood
this? And he's
spot?
like, the
Let's get.
Nilfgaards. And
Well,
he's like, I got you, dog. We won't let this go unanswered. And it's just genius. It's like, you know, little maneuverings when the other prince, the prince guy.
Raditz.
Raditz. I don't fucking know his
what
name.
we got?
Raditz?
Yeah,
That's
Raditz.
Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh.
No, come on now. And then that has a crush on Dandelion. Kind of getting one over on him,
Oh.
and then he shows him who the real spy master is and who the real machinations is. Like, I'm in control here. Okay, I'm his main man, not you. Shut up. And yeah, so I thought that was a cool little scene. Then we have lesbian mage sex. I took a note here.
Well, so
Oh, yeah.
the lady is actually the assistant to the king, and so the mage is having sex with the lady who is actually the person who murdered the queen. So
Yeah.
it was like it's her way of like, hey, look, I'll get you off if you cut the queen's head off.
If you get her head off,
Yeah.
I'll get you off. And it's not just lesbian sex; it's mage sex. You hear? What's happening?
Pleasure.
That's some pleasure stuff. Okay, and then throughout this episode, when I say various characters in various places, I'm skipping ahead because this video would be 5 hours long. So we have a subplot of the elves getting mad. There's one soldier elf, and I like this guy. He's like, you know, he's right, and he's like, it's just leading us to the wrong place. So he kind of allies with the disgraced Nilfgaardian general who Ciri saved a long time ago and was kind of floating out in the wind, still being loyal to his faction but not having a way in. And they're friends. They save each other's life. They've worked together in the past. And he's like, come on, I'll take you to my king, and you can be the leader of the elves, and we'll do this. And it turns out that, you know, the king is such a fucking asshole, and he's like, man, this elves fighting, that's not going to help us. You need to prove your loyalty to me, okay? And he basically told him, kill your buddy here, because fuck him. And we need to choose one. I can get at this guy right now. He's in my castle versus the other guy. And so the dude kills. The dude kills the elf rebel to prove his loyalty, and it does affect him emotionally. He smashes the things as he's looking at himself. And this is
Boom!
really building up this character, and I don't even know this character's name, but he's gonna be a wild card, I guess. You know, in something to do with Ciri, because you know Jennifer saves him. He's probably at the last minute. He's gonna have a change of heart. He's gonna fuck Nilfgaard and then do something to help the good guys away.
Nice.
He's being an asshole this whole time. And he kills off his buddy. So then, and then we kind of like randomly. I guess this was. It feels like it was just made for the trailer, you know, for this season. Ciri's just riding on a horse. in the middle of the forest. It just cuts to it. There's
Yeah,
like
she
no
got mad,
context
she took
whatsoever.
off.
It's
You
a
don't-
trailer shot.
You don't see her leaving
No,
the
yeah.
bathhouse. You don't see her
I was
doing anything.
confused. I
Yeah,
was
me
like,
too.
are we
It's like,
watching
is
the
something
cutaway
else?
for the next episode? But no, it was a scene in this episode where she's being. It looks like it's starting to rain, and then clouds form, and then the Wild Hunt comes. And look, I am a huge fan of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This ain't no Wild Hunt, man, because motherfucker, you know, they're chasing her, they're calling out her name, they grab her shoulder, and then Geralt comes in and he goes, go on, get out of here, and then they leave, and he defeats them. I know that this isn't the climactic battle, this is the tease or whatever, but I don't know.
But I thought it was a dream because the way it was kind of edited, it was
Yeah,
kind of
I
fucked
thought
up
it was
too.
like a dream
Because
too.
like she's riding and then like Geralt shows up and saves her. Then Geralt like
Yeah.
disappears and he's calling her from the clouds and the
Yeah.
fog comes in. She goes into the fog.
I
I'm
like
what
seeing.
is going
I
on?
love it when Geralt uses his powers, right? But I think that this was a disappointment. This sequence basically.
Get outta here.
Oh, go on. And they're like, oh, whoop, 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 whoop. It's like okay.
Yeah,
And then they
it
leave
was-
behind I don't know a glove, and she goes, oh my god, this was real. And I was like, oh my god, this was real. I was waiting for her to wake up or something. So yeah.
I'm giving
Not
this.
good. Even worse than the last episode.
Oh yeah, I'm giving this one a 4. I think that this is where it really starts to unravel, become a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
Way too many things that they are not tying together properly. It's like I said in the beginning, like they don't let anything breathe, so nothing feels important. So everything's just like scene, and then you just don't know if it's a dream sequence or not. One of the most important introductions in what I thought was gonna be one of the most important, powerful introductions. We didn't know if it was fucking real or not. It was. This is.
That was a
You are.
CGI thing, like,
You are
writing.
failing in this, and again, Ciri is completely and totally unlikable. You know, she has her two protectors risking their lives and like everything for her, and she's like, you know, I don't like the way that you made me tell me I got to go get the wine, and it's like you're being a fucking child, and she's supposed to be a teenager, and I get that she's supposed to be a kid, but we've done this thing where she's dumb kid, dumb kid, dumb
this
kid,
is
dumb
season
kid.
3.
It's like we are beyond
Like
that
she's not-
point where it's like I'm not into it. I fucking kill Siri.
Get
and
him.
Shit, so it gets
Right,
fun.
it's hard to be
Everyone-
invested. We have 5 factions, and by episode 4 or 5, I'm like, what? I don't care.
Just
about
kill her.
any of these.
Just kill her.
And that's not a good thing.
It's
Anyways,
not. That is why I was like thinking. I was like, maybe they're trying to put her in the focal point right now because they're trying to shift
Away.
away from
I
Henry.
think he decided to
That's-
leave after the season.
after
I-
season, because
that's-
right now it's looking
Yeah,
like
maybe.
right now it's looking like there's like, all right, you got to focus on Siri. And I do like whenever she tried to help that first the bounty hunter try to help the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And then she got a little lesson right there. It's like, look, it's a chain of reaction. Like you did this to save
I
one
like that
person.
too.
The
Yeah.
explanation, yeah.
The
There's some
explanation
good
was good.
bits.
It's like, okay, that is good. But then we get the other thing, and
Yeah.
their little circus thing, doing more dumb shit, and then like it's like, hey, I'm this new character over here. Look at me. I
We
don't-
feel like we're spinning wheels. We feel like
Boom.
it's just unnecessary. Like basically they're trying to stretch it out.
I don't know why.
Okay,
I don't
so
know why.
what did you give it?
Nice.
I'm actually being rougher on this one, mainly because of the fucking disappointing scene with the Wild Hunt and the lack of action in this one. The lack of it's. I was gonna go with a 3 out of 10, but you know what? I think there are little bits and pieces that are good.
That's what I was thinking.
4 out of 10. We'll go 4 out of 10. We all agree 4 out of 10 on this one. So we're moving on to episode number 4, which is called The Invitation. So The Invitation, Amir basically commands, the guy's name is Kahir. So the disgraced general, to basically assassinate Francesca. And then when he reaches her, he basically goes again and persuades her to kind of join forces and get
You need to
stuff.
pick a side.
Because he wants to, find Siri. So you got that whole thing, trying to get back into good graces. And this character, like I said, is focused on as much as The Witcher. I mean, he's like basically Henry Cavill right here. He's on a different side. So Then we get some mage stuff. I'm just gonna skip ahead, and then they kill a monster. They go on. They need passage to get where they need to go, and they agree to kill a monster for them, and because it's very expensive. And then the most annoying troop boards the ship, and they're like, la 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 la, woo, just shut up. Just shut up. And then Siri even says shut up, and I'm like, yes, I said it out loud. They get half off because everybody loves their singing, I guess. And I was mad that the annoying music people didn't even get killed by the monster. Again, these monsters don't know how to squeeze. They don't know how to slash. They just know how to, I don't know, push you around.
Together.
They push people around.
Confuse
I mean, he
them.
literally picks up one of the guys with the
yeah.
accordion. That guy should be dead. Then the one lady, annoying-ass lady, she gets knocked aside. She should be dead at the very least. But no, you got to keep them intact so they can do the stupid music in the next episode. Because they got the contract to do the music for the ball, and Dandelion's a little pissed about it because he wanted the contract for the ball. Okay. So we have another monster fight. It was good. Good. And I like the fact that Siri kind of finally kills a monster herself. Siri's been training very hard, and
this is
buy
what I
it,
like.
and
I like the
I
connection. It's
this.
like, hey, we're gonna
The
figure out
connection between
together
them.
what it's
Fighting
gonna be.
together. Yeah. And Geralt basically, Yennefer. Oh, Yennefer's attacked first. We get a Yennefer versus Geralt scene, but it's not really Geralt. It's Mage doing his mage thing and pulled her aside, and they find some material, and that's important later. Like, who's doing this? Then Geralt finally decides to go to your Artiza, whatever. I don't know any of the goddamn names. Let me see. Artuza. I was gonna say it. Yakuza, Yakuza, Yaritsu.
We got Raditz, you got Yakuza, we got them all in here.
You got Raditz, you got Radovid, and you got Artuza, and you got Kahir, you got Amir, and you got the fucking what's another complicated name? The Scoatile, the
Squirrels.
The squirrels.
Yeah, they call them
All right, it's hard to keep up because there's a lot of shit going on. So then they all come back together. So I do like episode 4 more than the last episode. It's like, God damn it, when they come back together, it's like, why the fuck did you even split up then? Like, I get it. You want to go and do the investigation. You don't want them to get hurt and stuff. And it's just, I don't know. It just made me realize how terrible they are at protecting us here.
Yes.
And then we have a good scene. Occasionally, when the principal characters are talking to each other, it's almost like a broken clock is right twice a day, right? Because we have a good scene of them playing cards, Dandelion with Siri, and I like that. And then he's like, "Wait a minute, I gotta leave." He sees some shit going on outside. She's a fighter. She's a mage and a fighter. Doesn't want to wake her up so that we can deal with the situation. And he leaves. She could be captured, right? And then he sneaks away to have a romance scene with the Prince Raditz, as you were saying, where he kisses the dude and the kiss and.
Oh, you learned my song.
It's like, what is
I only
this?
sang it once.
What is this? Like, you waste my time, waste my gas. This better be important later. I'm sure it is. With the feelings for each other, maybe he can get Raditz to do something. And they are leaking information to each other and stuff.
Leaking something.
They are leaking on each other. And then we have Istrid shows up in this one. Triss is in this one. They give them a little bit to do. They're kind of investigating the whole,
The half-elves are being taken. What's
Right.
going on? Students have been missing. Well, this is Hogwarts. We should do something.
And so this is where everybody is Stregobor. That's the motherfucker that's doing this. They kind of think that is the one who's doing everything. And so then they're like, all right, well, he's going to be at this party. Everybody dress up. And then, the ending of the episode is every single group going to this party, they all say the stupid same thing. Are you sure about this? It's like, yeah, okay. And then, are you sure about this? It's like, all right, not by two people. Are you sure about this? It's like, okay, rule of 3 now. And then, are you sure about this? And I'm like, we're in 4. 4 is too far. Are you sure about this? And I'm like, 5 is outright! The holy hand grenade, you pull the pin. It's like, what are we doing? And that was a little tease on how it was gonna be exactly that way, only worse in the next episode. But we're not there yet. That was episode 4. Got another monster. I think this one was better than the last one. So I'm gonna go 5 out of 10.
I agree. I'm going to give
5
this
out
a
of
5 out of 10 because, like I said, I wanted the chemistry between Siri and Geralt throughout this whole thing. It's like, let's go investigate, and like she's doing the training, show her off a bit, not being dumb. It's a 5.
I think this one had higher highs because I do think that some of the, like, showing Siri had learned some things.
Yeah.
But we also got a fucking musical number and some other things that I just.
Guy's a good singer. Not the troop.
no,
I hated the troop.
Well, yeah,
I
so-
like Dandelion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we got a musical
That
number
was
from the
episode 4.
episode 4. We got the musical number from like the Bad Troop and and
I meant episode 3. This episode 3.
yeah. So I don't care very much for this one. I think that there were some bright spots here, but ultimately like the political intrigue is completely unraveling. I think that, if we had gone through and mentioned all of the stupid strands that all of these different characters are going through, and there's so
There has to
many
be a catch-up episode or something. I need a map. I need to know what king goes where and on the map and shit. That would have helped.
So
Maybe there is one, but we didn't see it.
I think I may like this one even less. I think I'm gonna give it the same score as I did the last one, but like this one may like at this point was my least favorite of the episodes because
This one?
of until we got to the final episode.
Okay.
Because
That's
like
what I'm
there's
saying.
so much stupid shit going on. Like this is where we completely go breakneck, and then there's like this weird musical number in there, and then Dandelion is in an impenetrable fortress. He literally cannot be harmed as long as he is inside. And what does the motherfucker do? He walks outside. They told you you're in this bubble cannot be penetrated. You are 100% safe. And he hears something outside. And you know what he does? He leaves the protection bubble.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah.
He's fucking stupid. Not only does he leave the protection bubble, he leaves her alone. What is he doing? He gets his fucking loot, and he's a bard. He's gonna kill.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it with a 4. I still think that this ain't it for me.
Okay. Here we go. Now we get to the juiciest episode, the best episode, and I will say, surprisingly,
Decrease.
I was ready. I was like, okay, the ball, you set it up. I'm ready. I prepared my body for political intrigue. So I actually liked the first 10, 15 minutes of this.
And realize it's another hour.
And then I realized there was another hour. Very poorly executed. This is as if this director, let's see if or this writer, so this is The Art of Illusion, number 5, written by Claire Higgins, and directed by Lonnie Peristerier. The talent was not there to execute this episode the way they envisioned in their head. They thought they were doing some kind of motherfucking Quentin Tarantino, or not Quentin Tarantino. What is it? It's the mobster movies. Guy Ritchie, isn't it? Yeah, doing something like a Quentin Guy Ritchie thing,
Different
where you
perspectives.
different perspectives, but it fails horribly. They fall on their face trying to execute this, and it just was fucking annoying by the 4th time we're going through the same scenes. It's like, I get it. Show different things, fine, but don't repeat and recycle so much each time. How could that not have been cut out in the editing floor? So you got the ballroom episode. And the reason why I say I liked it at the beginning is because Henry, the charisma is on 100% here. I fucking loved his acting. He's a great actor at this party. He's like, behave yourself. He's like eating. You get the little subtleties. This is great. And he's chewing. And then motherfuckers are coming up talking to him. It's like, this is just excellent. And same thing with Yennefer. Everybody's doing their, subterfuge and stuff, right? And they were already doing a literary device. They were already doing a thing within a thing because the whole thing was being told while they were in bed together. they were doing flashbacks, so they were having sex while telling the story. It's like, no, man, just
Every
focus on your
different
business.
spots.
Focus on your
Different
business. Yeah, right. And then when I guess when they take a break from the bumping, then they talk to each other more, and that's when we get more. So they're already doing this literary device, but then on top of that, we have to go back and we repeat the whole fucking scene again from another perspective. Only we don't actually go to another perspective. We are still an audience point of view seeing the different things, and they spend too much time repeating what we had just saw. Yes, there's new information tacked on, but it's like, you're like, I turned to Joe, I'm like, is your butt on the controller? Until we rewatching
halfway
this
through, I'm
episode.
like, who the fuck else is talking? God damn it! How many secret conversations are we having? I'm tired
Joe,
of these conversations.
I thought I was in hell, and I thought that we were gonna get
We just saw.
everyone's conversation at
Oh,
that
no.
party, because we just about did.
No.
We just about did. So
Yeah, we did.
Finally, we start to get new stuff, right? But wait, before I get there, I want to say I did enjoy the ballroom that first time. You got Geralt dancing, kind of being forced into it, and then he does a fight, and you're like, well, Geralt, come on, why that felt weird, and then you're like, okay, so there's more to this, and then it hits you. And I thought they were going to be able to execute it like Tarantino or Guy Ritchie. They failed. Yeah, and actually, at one point, Yennefer's like, trust me, Geralt. And he's like, yeah, but at the end of season 2, I guess I won't mention it because
You can. Yeah, no.
But they had sex. It's over. It's fine.
Oh, you got it. So then,
All's forgiven. Oh, they squashed that beef? You say? Is that what you're
so
saying?
what I'm saying, they squashed the beef. It ruins an otherwise good start to the episode. It was unnecessary. They were already doing that back and forth in bed, and then they do it 3 more times. Not the bed, the scene. And there's good moments in it here and there.
Yeah.
Like when Geralt tells Yennefer he loves her, good acting there. Believed it, Henry and they're just doing a good job on that. Like the actors are trying their best with the material that they're given. But by the time they replay this thing a 3rd time, it was nearly unbearable. I stopped taking notes. My last note was they realized
It was getting annoying.
They realized the real villain, right? So then they create the distraction. He fought the guy. You're trying to win back Yennefer, and then they fight each other. But it's really so that Yennefer can sneak away, go into Stregobor's room in his safe, and look through his shit. And then Stregobor notices because he has a clever fucking Harry Potter. Apparently, he went to Hogwarts and got one of the one of the cabinets, connected universe, with Harry Potter now. There's a little fucking butterfly flies on him. He goes in there, hey, what are you doing? And then everybody rushes in. I guess we noticed you two were gone, and you two, we love you, and we want to stay on your butts the whole fucking thing, so we just gonna follow you around until we find you. Oh, you're in this room. So, what's happening here? And then they're like, he's the motherfucker. They've been doing this, and we've been on his tail, and he's like, he didn't even really fight him. He's like, yeah, I fucking hate all y'all. Tell them that I guess he's like, yeah, y'all fucking hate me anyway. It doesn't matter if I say, no, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? And then one guy goes in and he does a magic spell or something. There's some kind of spell and he gets a book. So did he really have that book or was that
No.
that
It was
thing
planted.
But they never did that plant. They must have cut that out. They must have done it a
Well, it was
3rd
a
time or a 4th or
trope.
5th time
Yeah.
to show him planting the book. But they were like, okay, we're going too much now because they didn't show him planting the book. So yeah, it was just and so it wasn't him. Instead, Geralt and Yennefer, as they're putting their clothes back on and jewelry and shit, they realize, wait a minute, this medal is from here, and this motherfucker did this, and they realize, oh shit, it's not Stregobor, it's
Vilgefortz.
I don't even know whether to believe him or not. Fuck it, I'll take it at this point.
Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, sounds right. Sounds right.
that actually sounded right.
I don't know.
Is it not? Is it not that?
I don't know.
No, he's right. It's Voldemort.
Voldemort did it, yeah.
Voldemort, Stregobor, Vilgefortz. It is Vilgefortz. It's not Stregobor, it's Vilgefortz.
Yeah.
As discount.
Confused.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So then
like,
Geralt
okay.
gets distracted. He hears like some, I don't know, a fight or something, and then Geralt, unforgivable. To end on this is like the worst thing. Geralt is ambushed by the old guy with the white beard.
You can hear his
Dis-
bones.
Dijkstra.
You can hear him
Coming around
sneaking
the
out,
corner.
all crouching.
I'm
he
like,
stands up.
Geralt's a motherfucking Witcher,
He will hear you.
and that is stupid. Okay? Of all that I've seen here, it's fucking stupid. So, and then that's when it ends, and I was like, bro, that was shit, and you kind of pissed me off, and then you left me on a sour note.
Yes.
You might as well not have even broken these into two parts, because maybe you could have recovered. Oh, but hey, you didn't see it, and then I would have been like, man, maybe I didn't see it, but no, I saw this. You're lingering on this. So this is not going to be out until July 27th. Mercifully,
Yeah, the
there's
three.
3 more episodes. The next episode is going to be directed by the same person that directed the last episode. But Claire is not didn't write this one. It's going to be Javier Grillo Marciak. And so not looking forward to that one. And then the last 2 are directed by the same person, Bola Ogun. Bola Ogun has never directed an episode of this series. I just, who are these people and why are they being rotated in? Can we get a coherent
Consistency or
direction
something?
and consistency? But well, I guess one episode is not that inconsistent from the next. It is consistently getting worse. So I guess I'll give them that. It's consistently getting more boring, worse, and more head scratching. So, yeah. Let me get a rating for that last one.
I'm
Episode
giving
5.
this one a 3. I think this was an absolute failure in storytelling. I
Yes.
get what they were trying to go
Yeah.
for, but it is such a hard thing to nail down, which is why so few people do it in the movie world. So few people do it in like storytelling in general, and you fucking failed. Like you fell on your fucking face, and it just didn't
shit.
work. I was bored and I was upset.
Oh.
And every time we went
What's
back,
up, man?
I thought we were gonna get like juicy new things, and it was like, oh man, this is getting progressively more interesting. And a lot of the times, like, man, this is the same boring fucking shit that we already knew. And every now and then we got new stuff. It's just they just didn't nail it.
I'm doing good. How about
And,
yourself?
I'm not excited to watch the next 3. I think this is the worst episode. And then I'm glad that Geralt. dies
I
to
played.
Dijkstra. Just Mike Dijkstra stabs him in the neck, and then I don't have to
Hold on.
watch this.
I started playing, but I failed, like, very, very tragically. So this is like my first real playthrough. Like I kept getting swarmed by bandits. So this is this is my first real attempt. And we're doing pretty good. I can't win in the battlefield, but I figure I start a merchant empire and be able just to buy things. And I do tournaments. Oh crap. Uh-oh. 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 Shit. Crap. We're not very good. So I've been sending people out on caravans and then just doing quests and not really engaging in bigger conflicts just because I keep getting killed and captured and dead. Always dead. So many deaths. Ooh. Goethe, my wife. So we're at clan tier 3. Trying to get to clan tier 4. Long way to go. But yeah, we are building up a lot of cash. And it's going okay. $2,000 a day. It's pretty good. I really like the what is it? The Fiends for archers. So I keep recruiting those guys whenever I can, and I'll do quests for them to open up more recruiting slots. I had to watch a ton of guides. This is like you need a 4-year degree to be able to do well in this. And then I'll watch YouTube while I do it.
It's been a while. Keeping busy, I assume.
Moving over, maybe we met, but not honest. I plan to redistribute wealth. Oh. Buttermilk? I have actually never done this, so I'm in. But I'm gonna go to the arena first. The arena fights are like the best thing, I think. I bet I do the arena, and you get level up points. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I did one. Like this fool. This fool. Get him. Get her. I can't. Hey! You got you, buddy. Yes! Whew. We got him. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit. Nice. Good job. Blue team. Oh. Oh. No, you're not. Downtown. Uptown. Oh, hey. Hey. That's what you get. Downtown. Shit. Uptown. Downtown. Sidetown. Gotcha. I like the ones where you... Boom. Boom. For the camel. For the camel. Yeah. We got a camel. Which is this camel? Sorry. sell it. I don't want that either. You sell. No, I don't want to. Blah, 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 blah. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. What do I have to do for this quest? This is a new one for me. Planning to rob. Oh, we're gonna rob him. You convince him to guard his caravan, leave the ambush around Vanillia. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna kill him. Where's his caravan? Do we have people for this? We got a lot of green. Oh God, we got a lot of green boys. This could be tragic. Where's Vanillia? Should we just go? Oh, gang party, gang gang. Wait. Oh, I'm not following him. He's following me. Okay. We're gonna go here. Wait. Okay. Let's make sure. Caravan is waiting to be escorted. Okay. So we're going down here. Across the bridge. That's a lot of looters. Who are these men? Be on your guard. I smell trouble. See that group of men out there, led by the warrior Westeros? They're with us, and they'll cut you open. It's true. Look, you're a smart man. Ooh. I'm your god. Screw it. Attack the bandits. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Do you have a horse? Let's get it. Pitchfork gang. We're on foot. Oh, this is the boss. Boss man. Whoever did that, thank you. Wow. That was cool. That's my horse. Men, we don't lose a single man today. Sir. I need to borrow your horse, please? Oh, God damn it. Ooh. I sense an opportunity. Can we Skyrim this? We cannot do shit. Can we Skyrim this? Yes. Yes, I lead from... This is actually a pretty cool view. Go, men. Go, Pitchfork gang. They're over there. There's one of them. Have we lost a single man? We lost one boy. He was a good boy. 60% of the loot. Let's go. So many levels. Yes. Yeah, she's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be
Just
upset.
smash it over and over again because it's don't
Ooh.
fuck it. I don't want to watch this shit.
Who pinged me?
Joe.
I agree with the 3. I was honestly more pissed off. I wasted my 5-minute nap on the other episode. I should have gone to this one.
You would have been so confused because you're like, you don't know
No.
if you're asleep or awake. You're like,
Wait,
holy
Wait,
shit.
what's going on?
You think you woke up back in time. Like,
Yeah, the pacing I didn't like, and every time we got new information, like Alex said, it's just like, hey, let's make a distraction. Okay, good plan. Next person. So
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Didn't like it wasn't really entertaining.
Right.
There's nothing to really hold on to this episode. Like the other episodes, it's like, oh, they had some cool moments. This
Yeah.
one's like, yes,
The only entertainment came from the good acting from some of the actors, but then when you're forced to watch that acting
again,
3 times in a
again,
row,
and
you're like,
again. And what really sucks is like everything is like, yes, the only thing holding it up is Geralt. So once
really bad.
Liam steps in,
This is gonna be.
maybe he'll kill it. You don't know.
It gonna be
The
a dumb
scholar.
shit.
when
I don't know what you
ever
can
heard
do,
of, like,
dude.
oh, we're gonna change the lead character in season 4?
When
and
have you ever
it's-
heard of Liam killed it? Damn, Liam was really good in that film.
Well, that too. But I was gonna say, like, somebody interjected in the
I don't
4th season, be like, oh, the chemistry is really great. It's like, no,
Yeah, you
the other
killed it.
people kind of built up to that. You can't just inject that.
Okay. I am also going to agree. This is a 3 out of 10. I was even considering a 2 out of 10. I was just right there at the end. You kind of pissed me off, so I'm kind of like sticking it to you there. You don't sneak up on a Witcher like that. That's fucking dumb as shit. And I'm not excited for the last 3 episodes. Obviously, as a show, Netflix paid a lot of money for this. They want you to be excited for the next bit, and I'm not. And if we weren't the Angry Joe show, and if we weren't Witcher fans, if we weren't Henry fans and stuff, then we just wouldn't be watching the next seasons. It literally ends here, but it might be good material. Anyway, so all this shit was based, and this particular season is based on Time of Contempt, the book in the Witcher saga, which I forget what number novel that is, but I will let you know that the next novel after the next one, they got to adapt to Baptism of
You
Fire,
failed?
and then there's Tower of the
How do you
Swallow
fail?
and Lady of the Lake. So after this, there's 3 more books that sort of need some adaptation, probably take bits and pieces, and they've said that they'd like to commit to 2 seasons. I don't know. You're gonna have to jam pack a lot of shit in there, and I think that increases the difficulty.
Yes.
And
I
we're
need
already
horses.
failing.
Look at this.
And so it is going to be an interesting train wreck the last 2 seasons, I think. But who knows? Like Alex said, maybe they can pull it off. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it could be great. You
But,
never know. We have to figure out what happens to Dandelion. You know, does he ever make it down to the ball?
So there's 3
What?
more episodes in July 27th.
I hate when you said
so
that.
we'll do that. So let me get an overall rating of The Witcher Season 3 first half.
An F.
Yeah, out of 10. I agree.
It gets an F out of 10.
I would say a
Hmm.
4, because honestly, cool moments happen, but not enough to spend 5 hours watching this.
Yeah.
We spent like
Yeah. We could have been doing something else.
yeah. So it's a 4 for me. It's
Aaliyah.
not really worth your time. Like maybe just watch the
Bits
highlights.
and pieces.
Like,
Yeah.
that's all right.
Fuck, man. Alex.
It's weird because you know it's like the sum of the parts don't quite
Yeah.
translate. Like, for me, I think it's lower than that. Like, I don't think that this is simply below average. I don't think this is watchable television. I don't think it's stuff that you should support as a Witcher fan. I
You
don't
think
think.
it's watchable? Henry seems
I don't
watchable.
have like
That's
you
watchable to
guys
me.
love Henry, and I think he's great. But like,
As the Witcher, I'm talking.
yeah,
about.
I know. But like, even watching him, it's like, yeah, he's doing a good job. But it's like,
Yeah,
I'm
if
not.
he's doing a good job, isn't that watchable?
The highlights for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but like, how many
That's it.
lines does he have in the whole season? He's got
Exactly,
like 30 total
exactly.
lines, and
Yeah.
so for 5 hours that we just watched, it's like I don't think this is watchable.
Yeah, that
right
5 minutes was watchable.
now. Yeah, but it's like it's
In
five.
each
It's 5
drizzle.
hours, and so it's crazy, and it's a shame because
It
like
is.
I don't like Siri right now. Geralt's not front and center. There's 6 different groups of people all vying for like random,
Power
but
hungry, yeah.
people trying to get Siri
Attention
into
in the series.
and it's like, look, all you had to do is focus on some other shit, and like you have some stuff, you make some mentions, like, hey man, did you hear Nilfgaard is moving like that? And that's how you build the world without having to show me everything that fucking Nilfgaard's doing. Did you hear that the elves are raiding the caravan? And you can have all these things happen off screen, and we can focus on the smaller, more important, more exciting things. But instead, they just fucking gave us that. So I think this is a 3. I don't think this is watchable, and I think it gets an F.
I agree. 3 out of 10. If we give an F, we'll give it an F. But it's 3 out of 10.
Fantastic.
And we said everything we're gonna say. We probably spent way too much time on it.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody watching this review anyway because they know not to watch the series.
Oh, watch.
But if you were curious, you got an hour of it right there, guys. Thank y'all so much. Let us know whether you want us to review the last 3 episodes, much less seasons
You already know that.
4
3%.
and 5. Leave it in the comments down below. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, everybody.
All right. Lost Ark had a live stream, and the live stream didn't go well. And then Lost Ark had to go back and do an emergency live stream for the first live stream. And then the emergency live stream for the first live stream didn't go well either. So then after that, they did an emergency live stream.
Did you know that a lot of green powders are actually missing a lot of the vitamins that you need? So I actually found one.
Go away.
With Gold River, who's like the main guy for Lost Ark, and he's going to be talking about the game in general, what's happening with it, etc. And this is the emergency live stream that is the apology for the emergency live stream that was the apology for the actual live stream. That, to be fair, in that one was also the apology for the game.
He's back
Aw.
because people are really mad, dude. People are really. The last 10 days.
Oh,
was
Jesus.
Drama,
Yeah.
so he had to intervene, as he said himself.
And apparently
Alright.
there's also like a lot of censorship
Kill each other.
with Lost Ark. Like the game is getting censored because of China.
The reason why people are mad is because of
Nest.
the Chinese censorship ending up in the Korean patch right now. That's also supposed to go to NAU, right? So there were some problems where he explained like in detail how the patch note works. So each department works on each section of the patch note, and then they, do the check, proofread, and then they gotta like press a couple buttons where this region gets this patch with these files. This
I feel like that's not really a big deal that like the Koreans accidentally got the China patch, right? Like that's not like I mean
Good
mistakes
job, buddy.
happen, it is what it is.
Now you must
I
die.
feel like that's probably not why everybody was mad, but yeah, shit happens. Who gives a fuck, right? But because like obviously it was a mistake.
Wouldn't that be
It's not
cool if
gonna
that's how the
be
tournament
so, like,
went?
just fix it, it's
Is
region gets this patch with these files.
shit.
There was like a mistake. So he's trying to like he got all these evidence to pretty much convince that it was a mistake. No, this is a big deal in the first place because Smilegate said he'll go the extra mile, work extra hard to have each region feel, I guess, unique or cater to that region, localized, and they're not gonna be lazy
For Korean, it's a big deal.
and
Like
just
political thing?
ship one
Really?
patch to all the regions like JP, Russia, NAU, and
Yeah, because
China.
like from my perspective, I don't really see the big deal in that. Because it was just like, it just seemed like, oh, they fucked up. Okay, well, okay, whatever.
Korea, right? So people in Korea felt that with the latest patch, there were a lot of like weird censorship So people thought that they were being lazy, going against what they promised, and they're just like gonna be lazy from now on. Because it feels
Right.
like the game's been lazy because like all the regions haven't been getting a lot of love. For example, Asmongold's like, why don't they change Chaos Dungeon? Why is that so hard? Why is it taking so long? So people are like, what's going on here?
Well, they're adding new raid content. I mean, they added a con and that Voldike raid as well. There's Elgatia. I think that Elgatia is before con. Like they're adding content. It's not like they're not adding content. It's just that content only appeals to the people that are currently playing the game. So like if you don't have the gear to do that raid, that content's not for you. It doesn't change your gameplay at all.
You guys are supposed to work in China and get ready for China with Tencent. Huge, right? Huge deal. We get it. We're not saying don't work on that. We're not saying don't make money. Make the money and then reinvest into the game or make Lost Ark 2, whatever. That's fine. But you guys said you're not going to be lazy. You're going to cater to that region. That's what you promised in the first place. And that's what we expect from now because that's what you promised. So they felt the latest patch broke that promise. They felt betrayed. There's a bunch of other issues. Like Law On was a disaster. Communication was a disaster. There's like 600 different issues. But he cleared up the censorship thing. Now people are, at the end of the day, they were doing well 2 years ago. And they had a lifeline. Like think of Zelda character, right? They have HP. In the span of 10 days, they lost all of that. When the stream was starting,
I don't know if I agree that they lost all of it in 10 days. I feel like it was just like they were adding debuffs, and in the last 10 days they started taking damage. But because of all the debuffs they had accrued over the past year, the damage did way more. Like I think that's like the best metaphor I can use for it. They had a bunch of like, Sunder Armor, fucking vulnerability, Curse of Recklessness, Curse of Weakness, Curse of the Elements, Demoralizing Shout, Thunderclap, all
spear.
these things. So like by the time that they actually did take the damage,
This could be cool.
one and done.
People were spamming
Hello.
like sold out to China.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
They lost all their
I don't think I've done many tournaments in this area.
HP, all of that stuff. However,
Hello, sir.
as it comes to censorship,
Your walk there. You.
or not is going to be up to you. Right? But one thing he does promise is they're going to operate as promised. Each region will have its own localization.
As an
Sup, fam?
player, I could not give less of a fuck. If they accidentally gave us the Chinese version of Lost Ark, I would think it's funny. Because I'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this?
Oh,
like,
Red
I
Gang.
Really care. I understand in Korea it's a different culture. It's like a big thing. Like apparently, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But that's what I'm being led to believe. But I think that like really, to me, it's just the systems in the game are exhausting.
It has its own global team.
Good job.
EU has its team, as well as China, Russia, right? And they're gonna make sure that, like for example, if there's like something happening in China, like for example censorship, it's not gonna end up in NAU. I hope so. And it's not gonna end up in Korea or Russia, aka they won't be lazy and make one patch for all regions as promised. Alright.
I also I do think that making a game whenever you are designing something with a lot of different types of communities in mind, like here's an interesting question. Would the Vicus raid exist if this game had released with China and the US and Russia as as like regions from the beginning?
Let's go.
So I think that them saying
Nest.
that is
Finessed.
But
Finessed.
the truth is that whenever you know that you're designing content,
Bro, you got a spear in your chest. What are you doing?
these different regions,
Let's
you are
go.
going to design content
I
with
need
that
spear. I
in
hope it's
mind.
good.
And there will be things that you don't do and punches that you pull and vice versa. It's just how it is.
He denied all claims of censorship with examples. Once again,
Not
whether
good.
you believe him or not, like he doesn't blame you.
He has better handling.
Can I give examples? I think that
Yeah.
I think probably Vicus is the best example I could use. right, is that if Lost Ark had released
Wait.
in China before any of the
Enter
Legion
Smithy.
raids would have come out, and before
Smelled.
that was a character, would Vicus as a
Damage.
raid and like
Ding.
the whole
I don't want
like
these guys.
like the whole theme of Vicus, would that have existed in the game?
But we're
Even in
full on
Korea?
those guys, right?
I don't think so.
Yes.
Because I think that they would have known that, hey, this isn't going to work in, like, let's say Russia or
Okay.
China, and even the U.S. might have some problems with it, and we're not going to do that. Like, I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I'll make money even
But
if I just wait, so
I
it's
feel
kind of
like
nice.
logically, you could see
Mountain
that.
bandits.
If you don't believe it, okay? Anyways.
But it is an assumption.
Next, censorship requests from China.
I could be wrong.
There was a lot of like requests, right?
Did he
So
live?
It's usually done by the publisher, is what he's saying. But they do have a
We
team
might have to go
on
free him.
in Korea. So they got some requests.
Ah, he's
in
good. He's good.
January
He's
to May,
cooling.
And I guess that increased like workload by like 12.3% was what he was saying.
Gain
So
points in
because of
Rogue.
this,
What are you doing,
South
sir?
Korea
Sir?
And I'm guessing NAU also got affected by this. They had
Yes.
issues. Okay? So
Yeah, they did censorship stuff with the U.S. game as well. I think that this is so fucking cringe. It's so annoying. And, like, it's the same thing with, like, Saudi Arabia. I think one of these Middle Eastern countries that they didn't have they don't have Final Fantasy 16. I'm assuming because of the whole Dion situation. Well, fuck off. Well, fuck off. It's art. This is the art. Like, I don't want to have to, like, what the fuck? This is the intent of the artist. You either show it or not. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of censorship in any. I would not say anyway, right? Maybe there's a couple of things I'd be okay with, but 99% of censorship is dog shit. It adds no value, and all it does is make people that have no real problems feel good. I forgot that. All right, I'm back.
we had like very little skins this year. He does acknowledge that, right?
Yeah.
That is a fact. It's undeniable. He apologizes. Basically, he apologized a lot today. All right, for almost everything.
Yeah, we saw
for
that.
Everything. So he promised that the second half of 2023, Avatar production or skin production will not be affected by any of the requests from Tencent or AGS when it comes to regional.
Can I fucking just be honest? I think the amount of skins in the game, that's like if we were to make a tier list of problems with Lost Ark, that's in whatever the bottom one is. It's below that. Like, the skins in the game are great. I like them. All right, cool, awesome. Now, what about the actual game?
Localization, okay?
Who cares?
That's about it for skins. So yay for them. All right. Localization of NA, EU, Russia,
Chris, the
CNJP started
I'm
around
just talking about from my
2016. It's not
perspective.
something. Basically, he's telling us this because it's not something that was just like at the start of this year.
Trans really do care?
All right.
Good for them.
However, still,
I get it.
it did cause extra workload. All right. Even though they started in 2016, but because they started in 2016, they were able to launch as many regions that they have today. Okay? All right. People really want a new head director after the last emergency stream.
Well, because they want a witch to burn. Because, like, 3 guys, which one of the 3 guys is really the one that's wrong? Like, they want to have one guy that they can blame everything on.
Emergency stream with the 3 bozos, all right? Sorry, man.
3 bozos.
I'm fried. I haven't slept in over a day, okay? But anyways, the people felt that the 3 team managers,
Those are the bozos?
the guys who do this, you know, they're coding, they develop the game. One guy's in charge of loot.
Yeah, these guys are not public representatives. They're coders at a Korean video game company. Why are you putting them on the camera? Why are you doing this?
One guy's in charge of raids. One guy's in charge of like balance. One guy's a lore guy. They just do this, right?
Oh, God.
They're not a talker. They're not a streamer. So a
Yeah.
lot of people in Korea are like, dude, we can't talk to these guys. Who are these guys? So they want a new director. At first, Gold River thought that, it wasn't needed, but after hearing our suggestion, TLDR, he agrees with us and promises a new director. He's going to pass the baton by the 5th anniversary, which is around October. In the meantime, Gold River will step down as CCO, Chief, what was it again? Creative Officer, and he will be a part-time director.
It's the same thing.
And he will discuss the problems of the game, the content of the game.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
In the meantime,
Baldy and
these
his
live
opinion.
streams.
Great.
As I said, guys, this game
Someone in chat says China chief officer.
Oh my god. Uh,
Lost Ark has lost all its HP. It needs to work together.
let's go. Let's go, Green Gang.
Fan base with their
Oh
users
god.
and
Oh, they're gonna
build
get.
that trust again and make the game great together. So in the meantime, Gold River will step down as
Help.
CEO and be a
Help.
part-time director.
Red Gang.
He will have a lot
My
more
say. Oh
communication with us
shit
and
balls.
priority about all the current issues. Right now,
Okay.
he was trying to pretty much get rid of the flags to
Jesus.
this issue right here. So he wasn't able
Baldy
to
and his opinions.
fine-tune the data that he likes to do when it comes to like
Made
what
it.
data people are stuck at.
Okay.
Gold
A second chance for Green Gang.
data. He is gonna go back and get more
I
of
protect
that
you.
to discuss
I protect you from arrows.
which we are getting into right now. So yeah, the new director should be
Jesus.
That's
anniversary.
okay.
Next part talks about the issues presented during the Q&A, not really Q&A, right?
I kill someone.
Points they pre-picked felt so swift to bring more on this summer. So he wanted to go
Gah.
a little bit in detail, even though, as he said, he does not have the
go.
data to back it up yet. He was still printing those out, getting those all charted and stuff. So
Yay.
we can
My boy.
that. Alright?
What the?
He talked about dailies. Wow. The first thing he talked about were
The guy was like.
dailies. Yes. He
Oh, let's
still
go.
plays the game and he talks about his Chaos Dungeon experience. He understands what people want
Nope.
to down to one. He understands going to the left hand
How's
side.
this so hard? I don't
Taste it.
How's this so hard? Like,
Taste it. Oh.
Enter, re-enter, right? He feels that
Gut
just
town.
reducing it
Oh, I
to
think I.
one. Okay, he's not saying he's not gonna do it. He says that just reducing it from 2 to 1 is not
Let's go.
sufficient. Remember,
Woohoo.
I think he's partially right about that. It's not the. It doesn't solve the problem, but it makes the problem not as bad. It's like a band-aid.
Nope.
It's like, okay, we know
Nope.
this is bad. And really, like, okay, so
Nope.
the players think it's bad.
Nope.
The developers think it's bad. Gold River thinks it's bad.
Jesus.
Everybody thinks it's bad. Why is it there? Wouldn't it make sense that you just make it as easy as possible to
Uptown.
get rid of,
Yes.
and then it
Downtown?
doesn't matter
Yes.
share developer,
until
like,
you fix
I
it.
won that tournament.
director of a 12-year-old process. He feels that in terms of
I already have this
drops,
spear.
doesn't feel rewarding, right?
No,
Thank you for this lovely spear. I'm going to melt it down.
because 90% of the fucking engravings suck and nobody wants them. That's the problem.
Cool. Cool.
You
Cool.
get a 7, like 3 or 4, 1,
Oh, I got a
or
level.
a 6, 1.
Yay.
Like,
Alright.
and
Arrow
that really
catcher? Yeah,
sucks.
that
like
sounds
there's like
lame.
10 good
Oh.
engravings, probably less than that, and then there's 20 bad ones.
Mob placement,
That's better.
mob
Shield wall.
spawns,
I
in
think.
terms
I
of
don't know.
just many things. He feels like the Chaos Dungeon needs, it just needs to tear it apart.
Yeah,
Like, is it fun?
yeah, you can't accelerate the Chaos Dungeon by being good at it.
Is a
That's
loot
the problem.
feeling good? Is it not? So he needs to tear it apart and fix this grind. It's gonna be an easy grind. It's gonna
Hey, is there a.
like he already has a tier list of easy.
Just getting scouting
Fine, so
points.
in
It's
terms of
key.
that,
Needs
He
key.
needs to pretty much go back to the basics and reconstruct this. In the meantime, while he is working on this
Yeah.
with the 3 dudes, in the meantime, he's gonna roll out these quality of life patches that reduce the spawn time of the mobs, so they spawn faster. They spawn closer to the middle of the map. They don't have long attack range, so they move towards you, right? Towards your hitbox. So those fixes will be implemented so that until there is a revamp,
Needs
you
tools.
guys don't get as burnt out. In the meantime, right?
All right, yeah, sure, we'll try that out and see what happens. Okay. I don't think that solves it.
You
I
go
still
get those
think we should
tools.
just make it one. I think that doing 2 chaos dungeons is a lot better than doing 2 guardian raids. Doing 2 guardian raids is the real cop. The 2 chaos dungeons is like just okay. Like I like chaos dungeons a lot more than guardian raids.
He's trying to lessen the burden until the new thing that he hasn't planned
Quest. A
comes to
quest. A quest.
fruition
What?
and it's nice to look at. Okay. Next, Guardians. Guardians, he has
Over
some
the hurt. Oh, I
ideas.
already sent all my
He
people out.
also feels like it's like Chaos Dungeons as in it's not just reduce it into one. He needs to deconstruct everything or
Ooh.
reconstruct. Okay?
Mike.
So basically what
No, I don't agree. I think that doing guardians is fine.
What do we gotta do?
every day. I think it's totally fine. You just shouldn't have to do it twice. I don't have a problem doing a guardian
Wait.
once
Alright, we can do that.
a day. That's fine. Is that bad? Like I don't know. It's like a weekly thing. Yeah, sure. Weekly. Yeah, make it a weekly thing. Like you do it 5 times a week. It's fine. Give it a health bar. Yeah. No, I think that guardian raids. This is what they should do. They should make it to where you automatically get flares. I think flares and pheromones. You just automatically get them. They add no value to the game. And I think even you could just say flares. I think just flares. Flares are a unnecessary problem for that adds no value to the game.
Nice.
Like it's just we've created a problem and now we give you this item to solve it. That's it. So number 1, number 2, I think that the way that people play guardian raids is the problem. Because whenever you finish your first guardian raid, you want to go and you do them the second. You do it the second time, right? You do the same guardian. I think it would feel way better if you could only do one like theoretically, I would enjoy guardian raids a bit more if you could only do one guardian per day. Like, and that way you do 2 different ones every day rather than just do the same one every single day. Personally, like I'm just saying, like, and also the health bar. Just give guardians a health bar. Why not?
Yes.
What is this? Why can't we see? Because it's like they have. I mean, like.
We doing this or what?
Hell mode has a health bar, so you can see debuffs and stuff like that. But guardian raids don't. You're telling me a guardian raid is more serious than a hell mode? Like, what is this? It's so silly. Just give it a health bar.
like I guess this is like one of his ideas. I don't know if it's concrete. He's thinking instead of making it twice a day every day, how about make it 3 times a week? That gives the developer some creative freedom.
Twice a day, every day, then make it 3 times a week. Yeah, kill 3 guardians a week. That'd be fine. Sure. That's totally okay. Yeah. All right.
Bye, Aaliyah.
To make it a little bit more challenging. Sure. And if it's a little bit more challenging, give them more rewards so it feels rewarding.
All these points.
And then get rid of like the stupid old counter stagger just
Let's go.
kind of rinse
I am ready.
Okay, so this is gonna be called a middle tier content.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I think
Chaos
that
Engine,
okay.
Literally 2 brain cells.
Cool.
And the Guardians.
Is Gerda here? Gerda?
I guess like
Yeah, so the Home
Gerda.
Tutorial has that for the what do you call it? Echo of War.
Echo of 4 bosses or something.
Nope.
A little bit
Jesus.
more harder, right? But they're gonna compensate us for, I guess, our effort and our time. That is the goal. Yeah. And then endgame.
Jesus. Oh, go, guys, go. They have shields? That's not fair. What? We won.
He's very concerned. First priority, he says, with his own words, that it is
Jesus.
very important for him that middle users have a way to catch up to the end game.
Yay.
A lot of people miss that part, right? But
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna
goes
side
to
with
the game on this,
bloody
he knows
Feuda.
people have a hard time catching up to the end game. And as for the hardcore users, he understands they want better rewards, better feeling content, more content. He does acknowledge that this game, gear acquisition, not gear honing, gear acquisition is faster than other games, so that endgame, so it does,
I have
he
no-
does understand why endgame feels old.
Well, also, like, a lot of the tier sets, like, I can't speak for every class. I really only play Barbarian. or not Barbit. What is it in that game, Berserker? But like getting the new set of gear never really made me play the game any differently. Like there was never any transformative gameplay of, oh wow, now I have this new set and everything is different.
And boring after a while.
Yeah, you
because
just do
we
more
don't
damage.
need it as
Yeah.
much, and also we gotta repeat it.
It's boring.
Multiple characters. So he's gonna implement more endgame, but it's not gonna.
Like for example, the betrayal set. It
Yeah,
was
I
actually
specifically
fun
wanted
to
you
go
to be a
around in
traitor,
Chaos
so
Dungeons and have like the preemptive strike glyph and the betrayal set, and just one-shot everything in Chaos Dungeons because it was different types of gameplay. And I think that this is like the. It was like very, very on rails.
Be just like huge vertical climbs or
no,
you know,
she's mine.
commander raids. Sometimes they're gonna tone it back in terms of like development or design and do maybe like a remake of Kako Seidon or Vicus or some of like the hell modes. They're thinking about either like kind of like scrapping it or make it.
Well, Kako Seidon, like I think that they should just make it to where failing the Mario just kills the character and it doesn't wipe the raid. Like in Gate 3. That's it. That's all they need to do. It's not hard because it will still almost wipe the raid every single time because you're going to miss you're going to miss the stagger. It already does that. Did they change it? Because whenever I played the game, if you fail Mario, everybody dies.
Into like normal, hard, hell, or scale to our eye level. Like it's basically anything's possible. There's a lot of things.
Misremembering?
He
Okay.
knows that getting
I'd be
gear,
pissed
and
if
we
someone gave me
wanna,
a
as
fork.
good player, use that gear.
Pissed.
Use that gear for other.
Oh man.
Like that's the whole point of action
We have
RPGs,
20% health.
right? You want to get the gear and use it, and having only like
We're going in with hard mode.
to use that is kind of
Truly.
he knows. So he wants to implement these additional rates.
Yes, I
of,
want
like,
to skip.
and kind of like
Oh, they are totally right about this. This is why world bosses work so well for Diablo 4. And it works even better for Lost Ark. Is because people do world bosses that are level 100 so they can kill the world boss in 3 seconds and
units of
people be like,
minions.
wow!
One elbow man, you might have
People
made
did
my
the
day.
same
That was
shit in
hilarious.
LFR and WoW whenever you could get crazy gear. That's just how it is because people want to show off and they want to show how good they are.
Voltios
And
gained a
it's
level.
You just add in like I remember they had like that dragon raid that we watched. I was sad that we never got a chance to do it because it looked really fun. It was like that Kaiser or whatever the fuck his name was. And they ended up taking that out of the game. They need to have more things like that. Like add in more content for end game players to do. Because if you are an end game player, you're not really doing anything different. Like what do? Boss rush? It's a joke. You do the cube? It's a joke. You do Chaos Dungeons, obviously a joke. Guardian raids, you're obviously like way over geared for a Guardian raid if you're actually doing the hard content.
it's PvE content where you verse
Athenos.
others and like MVP and stuff like that. So he completely knows that endgame users want to use their gear and get the satisfaction and enjoyment out of the gear, out of their vertical progress. So TLDR, more raids. Okay, it's not the same stupid system. He's gonna do other things.
Yeah.
In the meantime, that is
And
a
like
problem.
larger raids with more people.
Yes. And it goes for events as well. He's gonna stop doing those Mokoko events. He saw some invent thread saying that why is Lost Ark so peaceful? Why are Mokokos, at a water park as a pirate? When, like, do they not even need us anymore? Like, do the heroes of Arcadia are we like needed or not? So that I guess struck him because basically it tells me what Goldberg did. He just went off what players wanted. Right? He's like, oh, they love Mokoko, so keep putting in the Mokokos. Oh, they love Legion raids, so just keep putting the Legion raids. So I think this is a great attitude because he acknowledges that sometimes you need to step back and then know when to stop, know when to.
I'm just trying to think about like what the logic of that is. Because I thought the Mokokos kind of just did their own thing. Like they were like little like leprechauns. Like they live in a shoe. The problems of Arcadia are just really not of any consequence to them. They're the fairies. Like
restructure, go to the brainstorming phase, right? So basically, he's gonna create some events that are more fitting for what's going on in Arcadia. So
Okay.
if we're fighting Kazuros, there are gonna be events like kind of tied in with that. So you get like outfits and mounts or something
Oh,
like
that'd
that
be
that
cool.
are related
Yeah.
to what's going on in Arcadia. Pretty cool, sure. Talked about entropy, not in too much detail, but they're having debates with the three guys about this.
What's the entropy?
What they're debating is about high risk, high reward, right? So I guess like Gold River is more towards high risk, high reward, and not. I guess I don't know. Entropy is something that we gotta like actually talk about. He didn't go much into detail. He was very like sidetracked. He went back and forth a lot.
Entropy
He
gear.
was very
Oh,
nervous.
right. Okay.
All right, so TLDR, he's having debates about that with the three guys. And 6 character goal limit, no ego. What does this mean? So 6 character limit at the time was a good idea, but just because it was a good thing at that, it was a good idea back then, doesn't mean it's good going forward.
Yeah, eventually this is what happens sometimes is like the player base adapts and changes what they do based off of like just anything, right? Like, you know, you add in a system and then the system affects the player base in a certain way and it works for a while and then it doesn't work. I think a really good example of that is like factions in WoW, where like factions in WoW worked really well for a while and then they stopped working because people just adapted to them. The meta changes,
Right?
yeah.
So I think this is a great attitude from Gold River because he says, you know, even though they made a decision long ago and ended up being a mistake, they don't have the ego to be like, no, 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 we were right, we were right. So they don't have the Blizzard mentality.
Well, they were right. At the time, that was a problem, and they fixed it with this thing, and and it worked that way. But then the difference is that things change. Like the player base adapts, things evolve. You can't just stick it like it's like you can never stick. You can never step in the same river twice. Things are always changing. You can't go in and affect it and then expect it to be the exact same because the players adapt.
Right? The long ago Blizzard
You
mentality.
have to be agile.
They
Yes.
if they implemented something into the game and they think it's bad system after a couple months or couple years,
Uh-huh.
they're okay.
Yeah,
just
just get rid of
saying,
it.
whoops, this was not good, my
Gross.
bad.
It was working,
All right,
and now
let's get
it's
this
not.
hell out of here, right? So I
This
like
is
that.
losers.
What he's pretty much saying here is that 6 character goal limit at the time was a good thing. Now, currently, is it a good thing? He's gonna go back, look at the data, and he's not gonna say no, we're not gonna do it, or
From a Western player perspective, I think there should be a one-character gold limit. It's that simple. People should not want to play alts to feed their main. It's cringe gameplay. There should be more things in the game for your main character to do,
Ooh.
instead of forcing you to make characters that you actually have no interest in, but you're just playing them to feed your main. The game should reward you for playing alts. That'd be nice. But the difference is that, like, if you're getting rewarded for playing these alts, and you want to do that, that's something you can do regardless of the gold limit. Why do you get it more than one time?
yes, we're gonna do it, but nothing.
To be
saying,
insane with busing? Who cares? So then people get more gold. Okay. Well, so what? Like, look. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the game worse for everybody, just because some people want to be fucking degenerates. No. If they want to do that and they want to get all the gold and do all this shit, that's up to them. But please stop ruining the fucking game and making it worse for everyone under the premise of making it fair. The game's never going to be fucking fair. Some people playing the game 17 hours a day. Nothing's fair compared to this person. They're better than you and they're always going to be better than you. It doesn't matter what you put into the game.
Let's go.
This MMO, nothing is concrete, right? Like the Chaos Engines.
Let him separate from his boy.
If there is
Oh,
something
his
that
boy's
we
coming.
Daily limits,
He
not
coming.
character limits? Yes.
Oh god.
Yes. Daily and not character limits.
they're gonna do that to drop the ego or not even have the ego in the first place. All right, that's good. Soul Eater animations were.
Whoa.
People really didn't like it.
Thank you, man. Have a great one.
Another thing, right? It's like if they gave an incentive.
Baldy and his opinions. That's gonna make me laugh the rest of the day. Oh shit. Let's go. Let's go.
And they would win raids for, like, let's say Vault
We win this tournament for one elbow man.
full of like random players because they knew that they could carry the raid.
Jesus. Yes.
But yeah,
Yes,
it
we've
would
dismounted
give
him.
incentive to help out Nux, and it would just happen through natural design of the game.
Oh God.
Glacier
Oh Jesus Christ.
aka showed signs of laziness.
Oh my God.
I've never seen this before. I have had other classes
Turn, and
complain
thrust.
about their
Ah, crap.
animation
Wait, we
after
delivered 62 damage,
landing and
and we got him.
scrapper.
We won.
However, they never really went back to fix them. But for the first
Victory.
time, I think they are going to do
For pauldrons with cape.
That's crazy.
Is this thing even good?
They are
Nope.
taking the feedback of
It is.
their users and going
Here you go, wife.
to the drawing board and
You look great, wife.
animations and auto animations. That's crazy.
Jesus.
Third Awakening.
She's onto the
in the works.
tits.
Why would the Third Awakening? Like, am I the only person that doesn't care about the?
Why does your
Because
this bitch?
it's probably going to be the best one, and it's just a new V key. Okay.
Wait.
Press the button, does some damage. Wow, it's a different animation. That's crazy.
We don't have enough yet.
Do I give a fuck about this at all? Like, I really, I don't give a fuck. Third Awakening is supposed to be sort of tripod upgrades and upgrade stuff. Yeah, it's just like, it's not a big deal.
They don't want to screw this up, so it's going to remain.
Ask about you didn't play the game. I can't. Why are you having the biased opinions? Because I stopped playing the game. And the truth is that if Lost Ark had prevented more people from not playing the game, they wouldn't have to do these emergency live streams. And I'm explaining why I stopped playing the game. Also, I beat Belshazzar. I have all the I beat the game. Like, the reason why I stopped by was I beat it, basically. Like, there are a few things I didn't do. You can get the Isle of Yearning Island Soul. I'm not going to either. But other things like that, yeah.
Let's do this. We know.
Because I quit before then. I didn't do hard mode Vaulton either, or hell mode Vaulton. Didn't you really like Lost Ark 2? Yeah, I did. Yeah, and like again, I feel like obviously a lot of the problems that I have with the game, like I'm like in a way, like if I'm having these problems, everybody else is having them 10x more.
Drafts. Nail Scrapper. It's not coming out because
go
to
here.
appeal
Actually,
Chinese audience.
Because I just spent money.
we're gonna go into the desert. We're gonna kill some people in the desert. We're gonna pick up a lot of food on the way.
As well as
Olives.
Yep.
Sure. Give me the rest of your olives.
And the endgame
Let's go
content.
here. Do we want to recruit? Yeah, let's grab those guys.
He is sorry for letting people
Let's
down.
grab some.
He's
We got
hurt by
olives.
this.
I know we have wheat. Let's grab some grapes.
That needs to be changed. Find a problem, talk about the problem, back and forth. Find, talk, implement, find, talk, implement, right? So it's gonna take a while, guys. It's not, as he said, it's not gonna be in an instant. It's gonna take some time. And sadly,
I really hate whenever people say stuff like that, honestly. Because it's not. It doesn't have to take a long time. Like, one of the, like, you know what the decision that WoW did that actually gave me a lot of faith in developers to, like, program the game in the right way? Like, the story is fucking cringe, whatever, who cares? But it was whenever they said that they decided that conduit
Alright, we got some.
and that conduit energy was bad. And
Take these
they were
guys.
going
We'll
to
take
remove
that
it in a
guy.
later patch. But until
Buy
then,
products.
they were going to allow
Give it to
you
me.
to just have your conduit energy reset every single time that you log in, or something like that. As just a band-aid fix that
Get some
effectively
fish on the
removed
way.
it from
We
the
need some
game
more.
that day until they
How we doing on
programmed
weight?
in a more long-term
Nah, we're
fix.
good. We're good. We're
And
good.
whenever
Let's
they
go
did
into the
that,
desert.
I was like, wow, I think these guys are actually
We're
serious
gonna stop
about
right
making
here.
the
Get some
game.
fish.
Because they don't care about, like, oh, let's
And we will
fix
train
this
an
in
army.
6 months or something.
An army worthy of a
They fix
kingdom
it
to
right
take the
then.
world.
Now, it should have been earlier, but at least it happened immediately. And I don't like this idea that
Worthy
you, like,
of
there's
Mordor.
obviously a line of
Build
code
me
that
an
says
army.
how many fucking times you can get, like how
Ooh,
much
stewardess.
rested experience
Ooh.
or like energy you use for doing a Guardian raid or doing a Chaos Dungeon. And there's like there's a line of code that says 50. Just change that line of code to 100.
Build me
Why
an
can't you
army.
do that? I refuse to accept
Products.
that this
Give
is
me
not
some
something that you
fish.
could fix in like 3 days. Absolutely, this is outrageous.
Alright, so
That might not be
when I
something
first
you'd
played
want to
through,
do.
we knew
That
that
might
there
be
was a bunch
something
of
that would be
hideouts
burnt out.
down
This
here.
gives you hope.
Bandit
That is
fix?
great.
Yes.
Maybe we do
If
some
it's taking
quests.
too long, maybe you don't believe him. Maybe in 5 months he's not here anymore.
Tell me where a
Maybe
hideout
everything
is.
will
I
change.
will take
Who
care of
knows?
it for you.
That is up to
Needs
you.
help
That's
with
not up to us.
brigands. Well, that is why I'm here, sir.
Honestly, what can
5 bands of brigands.
all you could do
Alright, let's do this.
is either stick around and wait, or
That's what I'm
get some
fucking talking
rest.
about.
It's
Ooh,
easy
wait,
as
wait,
that.
woo, 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 woo,
That
woo,
is up
woo,
to
woo.
us. I think
Let's
I've
go.
included almost everything.
Correct with every patch.
I don't know what the Korean player
Alright,
base,
let's go.
New
Let's get
Legion
this.
Commander, new Lost Ark Commander. Fucking pack.
their reaction is.
Oh, wait.
But
Is that?
what do you guys think, chat?
That counts as 4.
I feel, in my opinion, that I like this part right here.
Attack.
I like the way that
Gerda,
instead of saying
you're going in.
instead of
Because you're
locating the
armed to the
problem
tits.
and coming up with a band-aid fix, I think
To
I
the
like the
tits!
fact that he goes back and thinks about the problem
Alright.
as he said as
Oh,
a
I
player.
totally agree with this. I think that the problem is
Look at ya.
fundamentally the Chaos Dungeons.
You got a
are
crown on your head.
fine,
You.
But I just think that
Oh, I wish y'all had
you need to
shields.
have
Oh my
both,
god.
right? You need to have
Look at these
the idea
sweaty
of a
men.
long-term solution,
Oh, they're
while at the same
magnificent. They're
time
beautiful.
working towards a band-aid
Look at you
fix to
guys.
make
Alright.
players happy now.
As he's
1,
doing it himself.
F2, follow me in.
The loot that
I will lead the charge.
Dash. Chaos Dungeon feeling repetitive. Why do it twice?
Let's go.
So
Same thing
he
yeah, okay.
fully understands the burnout,
50 people type that now.
right? As well as the Guardian, daily homework,
Go for it, boys.
the daily
You guys go that way. I will go this way.
the dailies.
Yeah.
Right? The dailies.
Just
He
bullshit.
understands the dailies are a problem. Burnout is a problem. And fun, having fun is very important to this. And I think, yeah, I want to see how he cooks. I want to see how he's gonna cook it.
What did I leave my men? This is a terrible idea.
What
This is a terrible vacation.
I like the Guardian changes
Crap.
per week.
Yep.
You know,
More 3 Guardian raids per week is a great idea.
Gerda.
And I actually think that they
Gerda.
should make it to where you can only do the Guardian
Gerda.
and get rewards from the Guardian once a week.
Hi.
That way you have to
Get
do 3 different Guardians. And that's going to cause
You guys are so much better fighters than me.
higher tier
Hey, there's
players
guys
to
over here.
do
There's
the
guys over
lower
here.
tier Guardians and help newer players. And it also makes it easier for them and less repetitive. So it solves the problem with having
that
new
sword.
players that can't get into the end game because they're not like they don't have anybody helping them.
Gerda.
Then it also solves the problem.
My
with,
wife.
Like just every Tuesday or reset day, you just run the 3 Guardians, like the
Oh,
same
she's got a-
Guardian 3 times in a row. Yeah, I think that's
You
obviously
dumb
what you should do.
bitch.
juice the fights.
Oh, we're not even halfway done with this camp.
That's cool. I would like to see what they're gonna do with Chaos Dungeons. How they're
Why don't you
gonna
guys go this way?
restructure this.
Is this a bad way?
redo this. Okay. And then endgame, you know, they might.
What they should do for Chaos Dungeons
look,
is
there's
they
fruit.
should make the
Why is
entire
my
Chaos
fruit?
Dungeon like the
My
part 2 of
fruit.
Chaos Dungeon. Part 1 sucks and Part 3 sucks, but Part 2 is really fun. I actually am a very big fan of Part 2 Chaos Dungeons. They're awesome because there's like elite spawning all the time. You want to run to them, have other bosses spawn.
We have them outnumbered.
Like add in other events.
I don't feel
Like,
duels.
come on, like what is this? Like how can you not fix this?
Remake.
No.
Do other
You son of a bitch.
they mentioned the articles on the
No.
everything again. Maybe using like
We
he's
lost
thinking
2.
about also
Damn it.
helmets, I guess, and how he wants to do that, how he wants to implement that into the
It's like a fucking 1% thing.
Yes. Look at all this stuff.
more about others.
They need to have
Hell
That's
yeah.
good entropy. I think entropy needs to hit a little bit more in detail about this.
No, I want
Character
all
goal.
the stuff.
What he's gonna do with this? Like, are we gonna have 7 character goal limit, 8 character goal limit? Or
One
is it gonna be
character
shrunken
goal
down
limit.
to 4?
one
Right?
character gold limit,
Like the
and you can get gold from every single raid in tier 3 once a week. That's what you should have it. You
Some
can
more
do
deets.
every single raid, but you can only get gold from it once a week. So if you have one character,
Oh, we have good movement speed.
you can do all of the raids on that one character with 6x gold. Yeah, 6 or 3x gold. Yeah. Because that would also, again, that's what causes the
desert
problem. That's what
with the
solves
horse
the
with no
problem of
name.
new players not being able to get groups. The reason why a lot of new players aren't able to get groups and nobody wants to play with them is because, like, hardcore players aren't doing vaulting. They don't give a fuck about vaulting, I bet.
Me and Gerda.
So why would they go back and do vaulting except for like maybe a card chance or something like that? I bet like 99% of players don't do that. But if you give them a gold reward for that, and the gold reward is substantial, they will sit through it and do it for that reason. And also cards, like people hit Light of Salvation 30. They will eventually hit it. And then after that, there's no reason for them to do it. But gold is always a compelling reason. If we have a one character gold limit, people will actually start playing hell content. I think that what I'm saying is that it basically gives a hand up for the newer players because it gives the older players and the better players a incentive to play with them. And because, like, yeah, obviously a lot of the Vaulton groups, like if I was making a Vaulton group, it's like, hey guys, I want to do a Vaulton. Item level requirement is 1570. So let's go do Vaulton, get it out of the way. So we kill Vaulton in like 3
It's
seconds.
4.
That's it. But there's going to be a lot of people.
Where'd they
that
go?
They will exist. And you only need one person who's 1550 to make everybody else's Vaulton experience way fucking easier.
Oh, run out of
Trades,
town.
third away
He's gonna run out of the quest zone.
they don't wanna
He's gonna
see
run out of the
drafts,
quest zone.
don't do a lot of drafts.
No.
That'll just make noobs not learn to raid.
Fucker.
Somebody says that'll make noobs not learn to raid. Noobs aren't able to learn to raid now because they can't even get in. At least watching somebody while they're dead shows them the mechanics. They can't even do the raid to begin with.
Bitch.
And other couple things like KR related, like Hot Shop, Hot Deal. Hot Deal was
And who
dog shit.
cares?
Oh,
So,
Thassos.
I guess he's really confident that he's gonna put in the Hot Deal
Yep.
shop in July. It better be like 40 mounts for $1. I'm just kidding.
Hunts
Something
down
actually
bandits.
Hot Deal, because he's hyping it up. Like he seems angry about it. Like
That
he wants
means
to clear their image. On
not
that.
eligible. You just said you're
And then
eligible.
also another thing is like, when's the
You
next
son of a
Abyss dungeon?
Bitch.
Because like Oriza Provisa, whatever the fuck it was 1370. Is it like 1540 or something like that?
Get his ass.
Elgacia?
Get his
Oh
ass.
my god. K-Angel? Is it dungeon? I thought K-Angel was like I thought it was like a 4-man like Cockle Sadon. Oh, it's just an Abyss dungeon. Okay, I didn't understand that. Okay, yeah, so they just added one. But for the longest time, that was it. And then also, like, why not add in a few 16-player raids? Just add them in, have them give cool rewards, and people queue up and do them. And if somebody goes in there and it's super hard, it's super easy, and the guy that has like
Get his ass.
seals with like his fucking character from Korea, and he one-shots the boss.
Come on.
Okay. Sure. 16-player raids, matchmaking be 3 hours. No, it'd be easy. Just make it easy to raid. Or more 4-player raids. Yeah.
9 of them.
Add in both.
What do you guys say? Sounds pretty good. Well, we'll see. Yeah. We'll have to see. I would love to see Gold
I will
River
eat
back
charge.
again with some data.
Oh my god, look at you boys.
How he mentioned this was
You
very
look wonderful. You look
What is he gonna do to help them?
downright
I feel like there are
beautiful.
also need a lot of help.
Who are these guys?
Yeah.
But anyways, for what he did today,
I think also one of the worst things for the game that a lot of people don't realize because only
A
people
valiant
really
charge.
experience this substantially is that there are these like long-term progression systems like cards. I think cards are the worst.
Where the hell's the
example,
cavalry?
and like gems are probably the second worst example. That you have to play the game for a year to get Light of Salvation 4. Like yes, obviously I'm sure some whales got it before.
Oh yeah.
But realistically,
Oh yeah.
even the people
Oh
who got it
yeah.
after a year probably wailed or did something crazy to get it.
Jesus. No, get away. Get away.
It's
Get away.
really, really
I
hard
really
to
gotta
get
put more.
That's too long to have something.
I'm in the
that's
place
so
to like get.
even though he was very nervous and all over the
A
place,
lot of people hit it 1 year into the U.S.
I like.
I saw at least like 30, 40.
Jesus Christ. They're gonna do pitchfork down my horse.
Like he wants to
Look at the now the archers.
heart and then make it more alive. I like that.
Yeah, it's
It's
smart.
not just like this is 2-1. This is a nice fix.
Don't worry, I got the rest of them.
Doing that
Do you guys have horses too?
I think Lost Ark needs a lot more work than they think. That's what I think. I think it needs a lot more work than people expect. Saints video has way more
That's
info. Yeah, I'll watch that tomorrow. I don't want to watch 2 of these back to back. But they need to move fast. Yeah, it needs a lot of work. And I actually think that they need to make a lot of big changes, but they don't need to remake the entire game. Like a good example of this is like Alaric Sanctuary. Alaric Sanctuary as a raid is fucking incredible. It is such an amazing raid. But there's almost never a reason to do it. Why would anybody go and do it? It's dead. Yeah, it's a dead raid. Like, fix that stuff. Add the content. Like, just make sailing is a waste of time. The sailing events are just not fun. Like, that's the problem with the sailing events. They suck. Lost Ark has less players than BDO whenever you include the BDO launcher. I mean, in the US, I would expect that, yeah. You see Stella confirmed Trident was fired? I did see. Yeah. Modifying what already exists is harder than starting from scratch. I don't think so. If modifying what exists is harder, then why do you keep reusing all the same boss models? All the events, new players congregate in the same spot, try to achieve a goal with each other. I thought that was dope. Yeah, I think so too. Like the Narumi racing was really fun, and like there were a couple of other events, but the other events were really kind of boring. $1,600 Alaric raid? Like, why couldn't you just do the Alaric raid, but have 16 people instead of 8? And that way, like, half of the mechanics wouldn't really be that bad. And just, like, make it effectively like an LFR difficulty for players. Because the problem is, like, Lost Ark has, like, the game is really hard. Like, I don't think people respect that because they play the
Shit.
game. They're playing, like, 6 characters. So, of course, it's not...
I'm getting pinched.
Like, in terms of, like, the amount of things you need to react for, the amount of things you need to do.
Ho ho! We did it!
Islands with other players is the best part for me. Yeah, I agree. I really like
Now I
the
must
with, like,
get it.
How about everybody gets extra rewards if there's a Mokoko guy in the lobby?
Which we
I
stand.
don't like that, and the
Oh,
reason why
shit.
I don't like that is because then people would try to game that system. So I just think that it should be natural. Tuki, yeah, Tuki was fun. Even Spida Island was fun because like there would always be the one guy. I remember the chicken. Yes, the chicken. The chicken was so good. Alakir Island. Yes. And like this Spida Island where somebody like they would stand at the egg, right? And then there'd be somebody standing behind the egg so you couldn't see them, but they were doing nothing. So they could avoid getting shamed for it. And then there was one shameless fuck running around mining all of the other mines. That was me, by the way. Like mining all the other mines, and I would just like run over, throw the bomb on the thing. And it's like I'm doing more work than you guys anyway, right? Because I have my mining leveled up, and nobody else is doing anything. Seagull Island.
Leaderboard.
Was that the one where you like?
Oh, we're getting to him. Getting
blew
close.
the content isn't repeatable though. Well, no, it's not repeatable, and that's fine. But you add more of it so you can do that instead. There should be a pity system for islands when running it 50 or 100 times gives you the map or an island token. I think that the drop rates for some of them, like the Isle of Yearning, is like at this point they can never buff it, right? Because it's just like such a meme. But it should have never existed. MMOs have always been about doing the same content over and over. The MMOs have always been about doing the same content over and over. Okay, well I'm glad to know that now they'll never evolve. Okay, well, you know, that settles it. That's it. Oh, we solved it. All right. That's all there is to it, guys. That's simple.
Double hideout. Wait for nightfall to attack. These are beefy hideouts. Gerda, quit trying to bitch out on stuff. You guys go. Oh, I love these. Video game horses can climb anything.
Yeah, now we just got to get it to Elderkeep before sunset.
Oh, shit, we better hurry up.
Ah, damn it.
What?
Dead end. Looks like we're going to have to go around.
Why? Alder keeps that way.
Yeah, but there's obviously a mountain in the way, so...
Well, yeah. So?
Also, we'll have to go around.
What? Why?
Because we can't climb the mountain, Ben. Look,
Oh shit.
we can't climb the mountain.
Okay, yes, you are technically correct. We can't climb it or walk up it.
Oh, great. Well, I'm glad we had this conversation.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing, Ben.
Okay, so as I was saying, we can't climb or walk it, so we'll have to use our horses.
What?
We'll have to use our horses!
Our horses to climb the cliff.
Yes.
I don't think you quite understand, Ben.
Oh, that's rich.
This is a sheer cliff face. Like maybe if it was some rocky terrain or a bit of a hill, we could use our horses, but this is a cliff. I mean, unless they've changed how gravity works.
No, that's it actually. They've changed gravity.
Have
It works
they?
different now. Yeah, down is up, you're right, I'm
Cool,
wrong.
great.
Everything's just backwards, Rowan.
So just to clarify, you're saying that we should use our horses to climb a vertical cliff face.
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Thanks for the clarification.
The four-legged creatures that are meant for crossing plains and large flat areas.
Big old face, mane, kind of furry, that's the one.
To climb a cliff
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength.
on,
Good,
on like a
good.
90-degree angle.
Yes, Rowan, get on our horses to climb the cliff.
Okay, Ben, that makes perfect sense.
Great, great. So we both understand, we both know what we have to do. Do you want to just keep talking about it? Or
How's it
shall we
going?
maybe get on our horses so we can ride up the f***ing cliff?
You know what, Ben? Let's get on our horses. So
They don't know which
prove
way
you're
to
wrong
go.
and go around the cliff.
Great,
Perfect.
great.
Great.
What? Whoa! Whoa!
What the?
Oh, Rowan, what's happening?
How?
Is it working exactly like I said, Rowan?
Gerda, you're a terrible, terrible person
I
at this.
will admit, pretty janky, but it works, doesn't it?
Thank you for watching that video. We've got plenty of other videos on that side of me. And you could subscribe.
It is.
I'm on a horse.
Yeah, he's on a horse.
That's what horses sound like.
Good job.
This game cheats.
Now, when it comes to arcade games, it's no secret they are designed there to take your money. The more quarters that you pump in, the more profit margin the manufacturer receives. And the best arcade games would really pull you in by making you feel like that you were really good at the game in the first couple of stages, and then flipping the script to really ramp up the difficulty. And in
That's
some
not true. I was just bad at the game at every stage, but okay. Yeah.
cases, the game would outright cheat. In 1993, Midway would release a sequel to one of the most popular fighting games of all time.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat 2, or MK2 as we will call it, was everything that the original arcade release had turned up to 11, and went on
Finish
to become
him.
one of the most successful arcade games ever released. Its success would guarantee home console versions would release the following year on the Game Boy, Game Gear, Super NES, and Sega Genesis, releasing simultaneously on Mortal Tuesday, September the 13th, 1994.
God damn.
At the time, it was the best opening week of sales in
Okay,
video
we have
game
half
history,
health.
Okay.
with 2.5
Full boys.
million units sold. Mortal Kombat 2 was a massive success in the arcades. It grossed over
can beat
$600
him. I
million
can beat him.
in sales, with around 27,000 cabinets sold to arcade
27. Holy, that's a lot. Oh my god.
operators. That is a staggering profit margin. The game once again would feature digitized graphics, which were a significant improvement over the original, with that addictive Mortal Kombat gameplay, and of course, the blood, gore, and fatalities would also be a part of the game. But new updates were introduced. New fatalities, new stages, new characters. Fans wanted more Mortal Kombat, and MK2 delivered, completely dominating both arcade and home sales. But we're not here to talk about the different versions of MK2. Instead, in this episode, there's one part of the game that I'm not a fan of that's absolutely infuriating, and that is the cheating AI. And this is probably a good part of why the game grossed so much money in the arcades.
So it was literally rigged.
MK2 would straight up cheat and perform moves instantly that any human player simply could not do given their reaction times and the 3 frames of input delay. So let's take a closer look to show you what I'm talking about. If I launch the arcade version in MAME, and if I try an uppercut, you can see that the opponent, in this instance Raiden, counters my move and then performs a throw at exactly the same time.
Sure.
If you slow down the frames, you can see that I've clearly connected with him before he throws me. Yet, my move has been completely nullified, but his throw is the one that lands.
Right,
Or
of
another
course.
example, if I try to forward jump kick against Baraka, he immediately, without hesitation, skewers me every single time. And of course, there is no way to cancel the move. He simply knows what I'm trying to do seemingly, even before I've pulled it.
So it's input reading. Yeah, I had this in Elden Ring. Yeah, I know all about this. Yeah, okay, so... Fucking piece of shit, I hate this.
MK2, after the first few rounds, jumping towards a CPU opponent is a death sentence that you should completely avoid. And this is true for all characters in the game. But what about sweeps? Check this one out against Katana. This looks to be perfectly executed, right? No, she just picks up the character and throws me. The game makes you believe that you're not a very good player, but in reality, what's happening is the game is actually cheating.
Oh my god.
So what exactly is going on here? The original Mortal Kombat release would give you a few rounds to get warmed up, and it didn't feel this cheap. In MK2, however, the first round of the game seems like it's a bit of a warm-up round where you can essentially defeat an opponent pretty easily, and most of your kicks and punches will connect without too much issue. But after that, the cheating AI will try to take victory from you every single round. If you didn't know any better, it almost feels like the AI knows your player movements as you're doing them and reacts during the same frame.
Yep. That's because it does. If this is anything like the games now, like there are so many games that have input reading, yes.
As it turns out, this is exactly what happens. This is what's known as input reading. When fighting against a human opponent, the game's code will read your inputs and react to them instantly. Now, to be fair, MK2 isn't the only game that has input reading. Many of them do. But it's what the AI does in response that makes the game incredibly cheap. So if you thought that you sucked at playing MK2, don't worry. The AI does everything to cheat against you. So as always, I wanted to learn more about the game and its AI from a technical perspective on how it works. Unfortunately, the source code for MK2 is not available to look at, but I did stumble across the ultimate MK3 source code for the Sony PlayStation on GitHub, which appears to be based on the original UMK3 arcade source. Now, disclaimer, it's not MK2, but UMK3 is also incredibly cheap, and it's highly likely...
I mean, like, if it worked the second time, they're gonna do it again.
It's taken
it
some
made a
of
lot
that
of money
from MK2 and applied it there. Now, before I concluded that, though, I did play a few rounds of UMK3 on MAME, and yes, after round 1, the same issues occurs with uppercuts and jump kicks. UMK3 also introduced a combo system, and the AI can also unleash extremely fast combos that a human simply cannot do.
I wonder why. Wow, look at that.
So we know how the
AI
game
wins
cheats,
again.
and we know that this is a big source of frustration for many a MK2 player, from the beginner, novice, all the way up to the experienced player. But let's try to understand...
They're getting trapped again on that corner.
What exactly is going on. Now, before we dive into the code, it's important to know
My
some
boys.
terms that are used in the game. When it comes to midway games, the term drone is used to describe a computer opponent. The mkdrone.c file handles all the AI for a drone and each of their corresponding
I'm not sure
characters
why they get
in the
caught
game.
right here.
The AI itself is pretty basic.
Yeah.
Internally, the code will use a variable known as diff, and this stores the current
Come on.
difficulty of the game. This value then
It's like-
is used in a random number chance
I'm not sure
that
what
the
they're trying to
computer
do.
AI will react to your move. Note that this variable diff is internal, and it's not the same as the actual difficulty level of the game in the machine's dip switch settings. Now, this is specific to MK3 code, but for the first 3 matches, the diff variable will increase by 1. And if you make it to the 4th round in the ladder,
1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Yep.
then diff will increase by an additional 2. And if you make it to the 5th round and beyond, diff will increase
Guys.
by an additional 3. The highest value diff can be is 9. The variable diff controls how the AI reacts in the game. It also will help the player in certain scenarios. For example, if the player loses 3 matches in a row, then the diff variable is decreased by 1, making the next game, should the player decide to pump in more quarters into the arcade cabinet, a little easier.
Oh my god! It's a fucking scam! I can't believe it! Actually, I can, but it's just funny to see it.
The term in the code that is used when a drone performs a counter is known as a reaction, and there are many scenarios where a drone will react to any move that the player is performing. The percentages of those reactions are based on a sliding scale. This variable here, RT_drone_reverse, is a list of values from 0 to 900. If the difficulty is 6 then this value returned is 700. This value is then passed to another function known as randper, and this essentially is taking the value 700 and dividing it by 1000, which means that there is a 70% chance that in the second match on the ladder that a drone will react to your move. If you manage to get to the 4th match on the ladder, the difficulty is maxed at a 90% chance, and this is where the CPU AI really starts to cheat. And note that these drone reactions are performed within the same frame. This also helps.
Yeah, there's just no way you're gonna win. The only way you can beat something like this is to bait it to attack, and then attack backwards, or attack based off of that. Because the way that you do the, this is the way that, like, I see a lot of people that kind of cheese input reading, is that they understand the way it works, and then they're able to play against it.
Explain on very, very few occasions where an uppercut or a forward jump kick will actually land. The CPU AI also checks to see if you are spamming repeat moves and attempts to counter them. Note here in UMK3, as soon as I come in with a forward jump kick, the CPU immediately backs away so the kick won't connect.
Yeah, it's just never going to happen.
This repeats every single time. The diff variable is what drives the entire AI for the computer. Another function here, toss_drone_check, checks if the player can perform a throw. But the function react_exfer_him is where the drone has a chance to react. Once again, based on that diff variable. If that variable is set high, then the drone will react more often. Another thing to note is that the default difficulty on MK2 in the arcade is medium. You can adjust the dip switch settings difficulty to be as low as very easy, but this is only delaying the inevitable. Essentially, the diff value will start out lower, but you'll always be at 9 by the time that you progress to the bosses. But even before the bosses, as you're fighting up the ladder, a diff value of 6 and above will start to become very cheap in the game. In order for the player to beat the CPU, it doesn't really take advantage of your skill. In general, if you spam jump back, the CPU will jump towards you to stay the distance, and then simply perform a high kick. Given all this, I still love MK2, and I still rate it as the best.
That's what you have to do again. Yep, it's that simple.
Series. But like many players back in the day, I felt like I was never good enough at the game, or maybe that my reaction times were too slow. And while in
yeah, you see this a lot of times with like in Sekiro, you see people that, like, one example I can just think of off the top of my head is that, like, Ishin input reads you, and so does Genichiro. They input read you whenever you heal, and they go to stab you. So what a lot of people that are doing like a fast kill of them do is that they go at a distance and then they heal, and that way they can bait the input read and then do a counter right off of that input read. So, like, a lot of people know how to do this. It's quite common.
In instances that was true,
yeah, they're masturbators.
The game simply makes it impossible to fight fair, and you just need to cheese through the stages to get to the end.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Godskin Duo is another example. That's actually a good point. Whenever you heal, they throw the fireball at you. You ever notice that?
I feel like the gameplay and AI deserved something more advanced. But in conclusion, I will always have amazing memories of MK2. It was truly something special when it released back in 1993. And it's still one of my favorite arcade games of all time.
Holy shit, dude. Like, I didn't even know this was a thing in, like, arcade games back then. I like, my understanding is I thought input reading was relatively new. I mean, I'm sure if I went back and I thought about it, maybe other games had input reading back in the day, but no, dude. Apparently it's been around for a very, very long time. Holy shit, I had no idea about this. Give him a sub? Yeah, modern vintage gamer. Give it a sub. Absolutely, I haven't seen it before. How much money did you get from your parents to spend at the arcade? I remember I would play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and then my favorite one was the Simpsons one. The Simpsons game was my absolute fucking favorite. I love that one. And I'm trying to think, like, there were probably a couple of other ones, like driving games I played sometimes too, like a handful of other ones as well. Yeah. Time Crisis. Well, I remember I thought Time Crisis was expensive, so I didn't play that one. Yeah, Cruisin' USA. Yeah, I even had Cruisin' like World or Cruisin' USA for my I think it was Nintendo 64 at the time. Yeah. It was a good fucking time, man. It was a very different time, like playing at CC's Pizza, like Mr. Gotti's, Gotti Town, something like that. It was amazing. Context behind this mod, Trident was an employee of Jagex, and he was in charge of like management on RuneScape. I don't know.
Emirates Premium Economy. Maybe one day all airlines will have seats like this.
Airlines.
Fly Emirates, fly better.
The heroes of Albion are enjoying themselves at this year's anniversary event.
His exact job title, but he worked at the company. And while he was working at the company, he was also dating a popular content creator named Stella. Stella denies interview with Asmongold. Okay, let's see this. This is old school RuneScape. One of the people that works there, so this guy is in a relationship with another streamer, her name's Stella, and in the process of being in a relationship, use it to have him, it seems, investigate and ban people that are, like people that she does not like. This blew up, and like a guy got banned. His name is Autoblock. One of my mods told me that Stella actually followed my stream an hour ago. If you want to get your side out, I will go out of my way to watch all of the videos and all of the controversy about you, so I can adequately address the situation in the most complete way.
Interview. Oh, am I gonna do the interview with Asmongold? I feel like if I did it, I think if I wanted to become a content creator and continue, I think that'd be great. It's just, I don't know what I want to do, to be completely honest with you.
Okay.
Did they try in English? Okay, I need a ban this
Jesus
guy.
Christ.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do want to capitalize on the story.
Okay. All right. Well, that's crazy. I can't believe it. Wow. That's nuts. Now, Stella had been known to basically all but for sure be selling gold. And she also would report people and then have them banned the next day. I think any reasonable person made the connection that obviously Stella was having Trident ban these people, and Stella was either getting preferential treatment or preventing other people from getting preferential treatment because of her relationship with the moderator. This came to a head whenever a streamer named Autoblock got banned permanently. A permanent suspension. Like, not a temporary one that a lot of people get, but they actually got permanently banned. And he made a series of videos about it, and I watched the entire series. And I'm pretty sure that you could go back and watch those videos. I don't know every single detail. It's been a while. But I feel like it was unequivocally obvious. Oh, I forgot. A very important part. There were a bunch of Discord logs leaked of Stella literally selling gold. So there's that little, like, just that little thing. Right? So, like, everybody kind of knew what the fuck was going on. Try and risk it all for some coons. Stay strong, man. That's right. There you go.
Jesus.
And as I said before, I think that Jagex should have fired him, and it seems like they listened to the stream. It seems like and not really listen to the stream, but listen to common sense. You have somebody who is in a relationship with a person who is flexing their relationship with you. Like, you just can't have that happen. That's insane. Like, it's like an abuse. That's like the worst kind of abuse. So anyway, let's go ahead and read. Mod Trident has been fired. Here we go. Trident was fired. Actually, wait a second. She advertised her Twitch first. Second, Trident was fired and I was banned for no reason. No reason at all. Gentlemen, guys, there is no reason that she got banned. The way that we know there's no reason, I'm just going to go ahead and open it up over here. This is a 1 hour.
Nice.
I did this 2 months ago. This is a 1.5 hour. The length of a movie has 500,000 views. So this is her, for example, talking about how she's going to use Trident to ban people. This is happening. Oh, by the way, this is also her, you know, with Discord logs of her selling gold. Really, really interesting situation there. And they go on and on. It's not like this is just a little bit, but it's really just it's a long time thing. It wasn't just one time. They had to fire the dude who was corrupting the company's reputation. I mean, I said, like, if I was Jagex, I would pursue legal charges against him. Like, I would just, and not only, like, I wouldn't do it because it's like, I would do it just to show publicly that you like completely denounce this. Because you have to distance yourself from this. Because you don't want to be in a situation where it's like as soon as a game has drama like this, everybody just assumes it's happening all the time. And so it destroys the company's reputation. So yeah, let's see here. Trident has to work at McDonald's now. Well, I don't know if they'd hire him. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at this. So yeah, this girl got banned. And again, she got banned, as I said before, for literally no reason. There was no reason. I think that she actually got banned for being a woman. It's probably just the, you know, like probably, you know, it's like a weird sexism thing against like women and about how, you know, they don't want women playing video games. And so they banned Stella, of course, right? Based, of course. But they can do that, right? Because I don't have a YouTube channel to go on a smear campaign. But having someone get 40 million experience for you is apparently considered okay.
Nope, you can't.
Their terms state that it's considered a bot account, therefore it should be banned. No, I don't care about AUTA. I'm now referring to the logistics of it. I get banned. Guys, she got banned for no reason. She got banned for no reason. But a serial rule breaker that bashes the company and taunts the J-mods and brags about not grinding his own account gets unbanned. Well, he doesn't taunt the J-mods because he's not a J-mod anymore. He got fired. But okay. But Stella who hasn't broken any rules gets banned.
Oh, let's try.
Why? Did her caps lock key break? Wait, what's this? What? Okay, now nothing's capped. Okay. I'm not expecting an unban. Spineless company refusing to even make a statement defending their own employee. Well, he's not their employee anymore. And me? You know I didn't break any rules. You're too scared to make a statement, as you know it will only bring you negative PR. Well, do you know why? And like this is clearly about, it's either about Autoblock or Jagex. The reason why they
a healthy baby
about it is because everybody who cares will see this.
Good job, Gerda. I did not know you were pregnant this whole time.
You know, the awareness of this. Yeah, why would they do that? There's no reason. How could you defend Stella and Trident knowing they did nothing? Wait, what? God forbid your precious streamer makes another video with lies you could have debunked. Well, then why didn't you? Why didn't you debunk the lies? I mean, like, is this fake? I mean, was she selling gold or not? I mean, like, was she using her relationship with a moderator to, you know, bully people into things or not? I feel like it's... Guys, I really don't think it's that complicated. Am I crazy? Yeah, I think this is pretty simple. God forbid, okay, God forbid your precious streamer makes another video with lies you could have debunked. You initially waited 2 months for this to die out before banning me and firing him. Yeah, the reason why it took 2 months, see, Stella doesn't know anything, right? And I actually don't think that. Maybe she's just playing stupid on purpose to act like a victim, which is probably what happened. But they probably did an internal investigation on this to make sure that, and also like the UK's laws for removing an employee for a violation like this are extremely strict. So they would need to fully investigate the situation and make sure that they're not opening themselves up to a lawsuit by, you know, removing him or anything like that. So of course it's going to take 2 months. You know, I've seen investigations happen before.
Those are my freaking boys
been
right there.
part of
Look at them.
And
Oh
it
my
takes
God, they're so glorious.
to get through everything,
Oh.
to go through the evidence, go through all the data.
Oh,
Because
that's a
another
bunch
thing
of
is that
sweaty
this is
men
a
right
big
here.
factor, is that
Just
a lot
in the
of
desert in
the
fur.
firms that do this kind of
My
stuff, like
God.
the first half of the investigation, they just have to catch themselves up to where they understand what's even happening. They probably don't have people that are like super involved in the OS
Look how
arrest
sweaty
community,
they
so they
are.
have to understand everything about it before they can make a
Go,
decision.
Gerda, go. Ooh,
Right, it's
Gerda,
detective
Gerda.
shit. Yeah, it's a huge fucking hassle. So of course it takes 2 months. I think they did it quite fast. And as soon as obviously they found out Trident was guilty, that
Gerda,
of course meant
you
Stella
gotta-
was guilty as well. So
you
it
gotta
makes
get
sense.
better.
Feels bitch on Titles Day, dude.
She
they
just
think they're
gave
so
birth
fucking
and
smart.
she's getting
95% of
slapped
them
around.
can hold the dryer or dishwasher without getting stuck in the thing. Yeah, I think you've been watching too much porn, Crazy Sean. Yeah, that happens in porn. Yeah, that's a porn thing, not a real life thing. I know what you're talking about. I've seen it, but that's actually, yeah. Keep that in mind. Maybe a little generalized. Yeah, there's nothing about like. This is just a person being stupid. So let's look this year. I turned down interviews in hopes of saving Trident's jobs and helping the company save face. Wow, what a very telling thing to say. I turned down interviews in the hopes of saving Trident's job. Why does your interview have to do with Trident's job? Is it maybe because Trident was protecting you from getting banned from making money for gold, so you wouldn't have need to get an interview for a job because you would have him
Gerda.
protecting you, giving you money, or allowing you to make money off of the game, so there would be no need for you to have a job. But now you turn down interviews, and in hindsight, that was a bad idea because you've now lost your job. Because the implication of her saying that and her getting banned on RuneScape is that she got banned on RuneScape, therefore she needs to get a job. Well, what's the logic there? Well, the logic there is that RuneScape was making her money. And how did that happen? Well, it happened by her selling gold for real money. Well, fake money and then turning it into real money. It was Bitcoin. So it's just an interesting, it's a very revealing sentence, don't you guys think? And I think that she meant interviews like with a reporter. Oh, that could be true. Yep, you're right. It could be another type. I banned reporters in hopes of just waiting for this to die out. It's been 2 months, and not a single statement has been made in terms of the investigation. I'll share it. He was found innocent. You want to know the real reason? Someone decided to lie to save their own ass at the company. What? Wait a second. Okay, I'm going to read it. The real reason. Someone decided to lie and save their own ass at the company. So if somebody decided to lie, then the implication that the lie would have made him guilty, right? So then he wasn't innocent. Don't try to reason it. You're right. You're right. There's no logic in this to begin with. So I don't know what we're thinking. Yeah, there's no logic in the first place. We're just wasting our time. So yeah, obviously this is the case. And you want to hear a hot take? Is that if I was running Jagex and I saw that some employee's girlfriend was going off fucking talking shit about how she's going to get other people banned because she's going to tell that employee to ban them, I would go to that employee and I would say there's 2 fucking options. Tell your girlfriend to shut the fuck up and never say this again.
Let's go. Alright.
That's it. It's that simple. That's the only option. Like, and by the way, if this had happened at Blizzard, and this is the thing that I had mentioned with like this whole situation, is that if this situation had happened at Blizzard, it would have been reported on at CNN. Like, Jagex is so fucking lucky that the company is it's a small niche game that a lot of people don't know about. Bro, if this had happened at Activision, Blizzard, Sony, Square Enix, Ubisoft, like EA, bro, people would have lost their Riot. People would have lost their fucking minds. You can fire a employee for what other people say. Yeah, I think in this case you can. I think it is, if you are in a position, if you have an employee that is putting themselves in a position that puts the company at risk in a way that damages its reputation in a tremendous way. Like, we're not talking about like a little thing. This is somebody saying that I can literally weaponize like an employee at the company, by name, by the way, to fucking be a henchman and carry out my dirty work. This is like insanely bad. Like, it's super, super bad. It's conflict of interest, it's conflict of everything. So yeah, I mean, I think that, I mean, I don't know what the laws over in the UK are, so that's probably why, again, it took 2 months. But if I was in the US and it was one of the states where you can just fire people for whatever reason you want, that's exactly what I would do. I would come in and tell them, shut your fucking girlfriend up or pack your shit and leave. That's it. Because there's no reason to allow this. This damages the entire company and it puts everybody at risk. Yeah. What's this here? You have grounds for removal of an employee if they present a risk to the company. You can argue that they're a risk to the company and the reputation of the company. Yeah, exactly. And most of the time, this is inside company guidelines. Yeah, exactly. At-will employment is so based. I mean, it is in this circumstance, I'll say that for sure. Something similar happened in EVE Online a long time ago. I think they fired the dev for helping out a strong corporation. Is that not the most selfish thing in the world? Your boyfriend and girlfriend's weaponizing you and putting your job at risk for their own stuff? Well, what you have to understand is this person is just a, you know, like, I don't really know them, but everything that I've heard about them and read about them and everything, they just seem like a massive narcissist, and, like they're completely in it for themselves, and Trident is just, like, I mean, here's a really good way to look at it. Do you think in a year she's probably going to be with Trident? Probably not. So I think that's just, but that's what he gets himself into. That's not that's Trident's fault. Like, he should have known that going into it. If he couldn't see that, that's his fault. So yeah, I don't feel bad for him at all. But anyway, so Trident got fired. Stella is permanently fucking banned, and all's well that ends well. Damn. You know what you call this, guys? This is the good ending.
Yep. Autoblock wins again.
Yo guys, what's going on? So, I'm working on this new summer line collection, and you guys might have seen one of the hats already, but this is the first sample that I just got in of the slides, and I've never done slides before, so I'm pretty excited. I'm doing a full line, like hat, sweater, shirt, shorts, and slides. So we just got the slides in. Gonna open them up. They're not available just yet, because we're working out everything. I want to see, you know, how the quality is, if they're good.
Those look dumb. Slides.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be getting another piece from Paul Duncan's Star Wars Archives, episode 1 to 3, 1999 to 2005. And in today's piece that we're going to cover is actually an interview from Paul Duncan with George Lucas. And this is the latest interview that we've really had with George to this date, which I believe
Almost every item you interact with in EVE was built by players, from the ammo in your guns, to the ships you fly, to massive space stations.
Let's fucking go!
The universe of New Eden with the items you build can be a deep and rewarding experience for those industrious pilots willing to do the work. Before you're able to get started, you first need to find a station to work from, which has manufacturing facilities for you to use. You can find stations with production facilities by opening the industry window, going to the facilities tab, and looking for stations with manufacturing services installed. Player-owned Upwell structures can be set up for better manufacturing bonuses, and they're often the best locations to set up your production from. Look for engineering complexes, such as a Raytaru, as they are bonused for manufacturing and research. If you're interested in committing heavily to industry, consider joining a player corporation, which has these structures available for their members to use. Basic manufacturing in EVE involves using a blueprint to assemble various materials into goods. If you want to make something, you'll first want to acquire the blueprint for that item. Together with the base materials, you can build anything. Many Tech 1 Blueprint Originals, or BPOs, can be found on the markets of New Eden. These are non-consumable and can be used as long as you own the blueprint. Tech 2 ships and module blueprints are created through a process called invention, which uses blueprint copies and is covered in a separate video. For now, simply open the market browser and find what you want. Once you've got your blueprint, click on the industry button in the station services, or use your Neocom to open up the industry window. The industry window will show any blueprints you own, and you can filter them by type and location. Drag a blueprint to the center of the window to install it and preview your job. For production, make sure you select the yellow manufacturing button. The industry window has three main components. On the left are your input materials. For most Tech 1 blueprints, you'll only need minerals created by reprocessing ore. In the middle is your currently installed blueprint. Here you can also see the current number of runs and the research level of the blueprint, which we'll discuss in more detail later in this video. Finally, the right-hand side will show your output. Here you can select the input location for materials, output location for your produce, and view both the job cost and time to complete.
If I'm not mistaken, and I have to rewatch my interview with Paul Duncan, was in 2019. That was when he actually interviewed George about everything going on with Star Wars and his idea of all the characters and everything you find in the archives, mind you. So today's topic is going to be a question that Paul asks George, which is, what is the purpose of the Jedi? Are they a police force? Now, this is a loaded question, as we know that even Mace Windu says, we are keepers of the peace, not soldiers. But then, of course, they're called generals, and they enter the Clone Wars, and so much goes on where they are actually kind of like a police force. So let's take it away from Paul Duncan's book, The Star Wars Archives, with George Lucas's answer. No, they're not like cops who catch murderers, George says. They're warrior monks who keep peace in the universe without resorting to violence. The Trade Federation is in dispute with Naboo, so the Jedi are ambassadors who talk to both sides and convince them to resolve their differences and not go to war. If they do have to use violence, they will, but they are diplomats at the highest level. They've got the power to send the whole force of the Republic, which is 100,000 systems, so if you don't behave, they can bring you up in front of the Senate. They'll cut you off at the knees, politically. They're like peace officers. As the situation develops in the Clone Wars, they are recruited into the army, and they become generals. They're not generals. They don't kill people. They don't fight. They're supposed to be ambassadors. There are a lot of Jedi that think that the Jedi sold out, that they should never have been in the army. But where George Lucas trails off and Paul says, do you think that? It's a tough call, George says. It's one of those conundrums, of which there's a bunch of in my movies. You have to think it through. Are they going to stick by their moral rules and all be killed, which makes it irrelevant, or do they help save the Republic? They have good intentions, but they have been manipulated, which was their downfall. Pretty revolutionary answer by George, as it really helps us to understand that, yeah, the Jedi didn't want to be these soldiers. They didn't want to be in the Clone Wars, of course. But from their point of view, they didn't really have an option. If they didn't fight, if they didn't join in for what they believed was right, and, battle the separatists who were oppressing parts of the galaxy and worlds, then they would be killed. But, hey, they would still be sticking by their Jedi morals and trusting in the Force and keeping their nose out of politics. But then they would be dead, because eventually the separatists would grow so strong and they would take over the whole galaxy, wiping out the Jedi too. Or do they step in and help save the Republic, which means that they have to fight in the war and become generals. So I understand that the Jedi really didn't have a clear option. It was really just, be wiped out, or hey, join in and fight for people's freedoms. So of course they chose the lesser of two evils, or they chose the more Jedi approach, the more Jedi answer. I understand that, but what George says at the end really gives it all away. They have good intentions, but they have been manipulated, which was their downfall. And I think this is really the whole thing about the Jedi in the prequel trilogy was that they did have good intentions, but the road to hell was paved with good intentions, or whatever the saying is. And their downfall wasn't just that they were manipulated, but also that they were so dogmatic, that they were so strict in their beliefs, and they felt that, hey, this is really the only way, instead of evaluating their options and maybe being a little more flexible, and maybe saying we don't need that much representation within the Senate, maybe we don't need to meddle so much in the politics, and maybe take more of a neutral approach to things and see, which side wins. What is the will of the Force in this situation, so to speak? Now, in my mind, they totally got manipulated big time, and Yoda saw this. He said, the shroud of the dark side has fallen, and they weren't able to really sense anything. I mean, they couldn't even sense Palpatine, and he was right under their nose. I think the whole genius behind the prequel trilogy and Star Wars was how patient and maniacal and genius Palpatine was, to be able to not just fool the Senate, but the entire galaxy, and above all, the Jedi, who are supposed to be one with the Force and being able to see through everything dark and mischievous. And this is one reason why I think Palpatine is one of the most cunning, dangerous, and powerful beings to ever grace the Star Wars universe. Let me know what you guys think about George Lucas's sentiments on the Jedi being police or not, and overall.
Video games are filled with some crazy stuff. Some of it you end up finding pretty easy, some of it you have to solve, and some of it you just blow right past. Combine the last two, and that's what I want to talk about. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, 10 unsettling mysteries you missed in video games. Number 10 is Red Dead Redemption 2's Missing Princess. A lot of weird stuff in the Red Dead series. And if you're playing the games normally, there's a good chance you'll miss a lot of it. But as weird details go, the entire Missing Princess story is maybe the most obscure. Outside the saloon in the Van Horn Trading Post, you'll find a faded poster that talks about a reward for finding a literal missing princess from Luxembourg. If you really want to go down the rabbit hole and find her, there's actually a lot of clues in the area. You can find what looks like her belonging at the local fence. There's at least one other guy you can meet nearby who is also looking for his disappearance as well. You'd think with the game hiding so many details, it would be possible to find her, but look as long as you want, it's not going to happen. You're not able to collect that reward. In the PC version, you can actually find her model, though. It's clearly meant to be her, has the same birthmark on the face as the poster, and at some point she probably was in the game, but they just backed out for whatever reason. Maybe they decided it was just too much. And to be honest, all the clues leading to nothing give the whole story a bit of an uneasy edge. Like, we'll just never know what happened to her. Most of the side stuff in Red Dead 2 is intentionally weird, or, easier to dismiss as an Easter egg, or has some kind of resolution.
Oh, you know what I could be doing is buying the...
Case, having absolutely no ending, but a lot of little threads sprinkled around make it much more unsettling. And number 9 is Fallout 4's Unmarked Torture Room. One of the best things about the Fallout games is their environmental storytelling. You can learn a lot about the world just from looking at it. Most of the time, it's pretty clear what your takeaway is supposed to be with these types of things. But this one random unmarked location leaves us more questions than answers. North of Vault 81, there's some train tracks. You can climb up this structure and find an unmarked hatch labeled Way Station. Sounds straightforward enough, right? The Commonwealth is filled with unmarked locations. They have nothing particularly memorable about them. Not this one, though. Inside this wooden table, various torture tools and a lot of blood. Oh, yeah, and a car battery wired up to the body. There's no notes or any clues to explain what happened here or why. You just randomly stumble onto a hidden torture room. Like, Fallout already has a kind of creepy atmosphere. In a standard horror game, this room probably wouldn't stand out a whole lot. But Fallout, again, only kind of creepy. The world is really big, and this room's so small and hidden away, it's like, well, what's the point? Is there some kind of serial killer out there we don't know about? Was someone tortured for information? Maybe this was meant to be part of a quest that was never finished, or maybe a dev just wanted to throw in a torture room for no reason. I don't know, and we'll probably never know. And number 8 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3, What Really Happened. In comparison to the previous 2 points that are small parts of big games, this mystery is a massive part of a relatively brief Call of Duty campaign, but it's so obscure that the clues can be pretty easy to miss. By Black Ops 3, we pretty much know what to expect from this sub-series, and for the most part it plays the hits. A bit more of a cyberpunk edge,
ending gets trippy and bizarre, but the basic plot is relatively straightforward. If all you do is play the campaign mode normal, your takeaway is that it's a standard evil AI run-amok plot, with a mind-bending twist ending.
You're not Hendrix. You're not real. None of this is.
Play it again, though, and you'll start to notice some strange out-of-place details, how the training mission teases how all your squad mates eventually die.
Those sons of bitches got a damn hive mind. You try to process and control all that, your brain is toast.
Or the many Metal Gear Solid-like fourth wall breaks with certain characters, alluding to the fact that they're playing a role. There's clearly meant to be more going on with the plot. It's not just fan speculation, it's in the game. What really exposes the developer's intent is the text crawl that appears before every mission, though. It appears too fast to actually read, but some dedicated players manage to put together what each message says, which, when taken all together, completely changes what the plot is actually about. The prevailing theory with all this information is that your main guy actually either died or nearly died after the first mission of the game, and everything that follows is some kind of dying dream, perhaps. What complicates this is the cyberpunk elements like the neural implants called BMIs that every operative in the game has. It's not necessarily a dream.
D&I doesn't just help us communicate with each other. It allows us to interact with a variety of computer systems, including pretty much all the basic drone units.
It could be more like you're trapped in the Matrix. Possibly, of course. The thing about the text crawls is they're a little contradictory and vague, so they don't really paint a straightforward picture as to what's supposed to be happening. There's a few things people know for sure. The game presented the story in a linear way, but it's actually not. The first mission actually happened much later, and most of it is actually a suspiciously similar retelling of a previous mission done by a different character entirely. Many theories simply say that the AI villain at the center of the story, Corvus, is just made up as part of a dying dream, but I'm inclined to think it plays a more important role. But what exactly that is, I'm not completely sure. It's pretty rare to find a game where so much of the actual story is this hidden. It's so obscure and mysterious that, although a lot of people have a pretty good interpretation of what's supposed to happen, nobody really knows for sure. Maybe someday Treyarch will just come clean and tell everybody what the hell's going on, but until then, it's something. And number 7 is Skyrim, The Mysterious Letters. That was a big one, so let's go back to something a little less intense. In Skyrim, you periodically get letters that end with a friend. One is obviously meant to be Delphine, but a lot of others have less clear answers. Like when you kill a Dark Brotherhood member, you get a letter of thanks from a friend. The only person who could possibly know you killed a Dark Brotherhood member would be another member, but it's never made clear exactly who sends the letter. The most mysterious of these has to be the ones you get for using shouts. Sometimes, for whatever reason, you'll get a letter from someone pointing you towards a new word wall, which is a place of power that can unlock new shouts. It's never made explicit who these letters are from. They all just end in, you guessed it, a friend. So many questions here, guys. Who is the person who heard you shouting? And how do they know the location of the word walls, which are all, by the way, in dangerous crypts and dungeons? Is it an organization of people secretly helping you? Is it a stalker? Is it David Prince? Who knows?
Why'd you get
The
lower?
game never
Why'd the
really
volume
tells
get
you
lower?
the identity of this mysterious benefactor. Knowing that just makes the letters kind of creepy in hindsight. Like, who is watching you, and why don't they reveal their identity? Like, it's probably just a gameplay mechanic to make it easier to unlock new shouts, but there's really no reason why these notes couldn't have just come from a named character, or
we're
an
gaining money,
or maybe that's their name. Maybe you're getting it from like Arthur Friend, or like Alfred Friend, a friend. I don't know. It's about as plausible as any other explanation.
By cash back.
Cash backing.
And number 6, and control the weird door symbols in the motel hallway. One of those games where every answer raises 2 more questions. Just about everything in Control is some level of unsettling and mysterious, but most of these mysteries are closely tied to the main plot, at least. You know, like what's the deal with Jesse Dillon, or why Former was ejected from the board, or why the janitor is the way he is. And that's honestly just scratching the surface. So for this entry, let's focus on something smaller, maybe a little easier to miss, but nonetheless has huge implications. In Control, there's this place called the Ocean View Motel. It's a recurring element of the game. Every time you go through this place, you're going from one part of the oldest house to another, and while it might seem random, there does seem to be some kind of a logic to it. The thing that's gotten a lot of people's attention are these mysterious symbols on the doors. It's easy to dismiss them as just being random symbols, but each one has a specific meaning. Like they all have names associated with them in system files too, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it does give us something to go on. The most notable symbols are these: the doors, Vanguard, the Alan Wake, and this one, which is just called Control 2. The doors are interesting because of a thing Dylan says in the game where he talks about a Mr. Door. It's likely that he's talking about the character Martin Hatch from Quantum Break. I get it, Hatch, door. Remedy loves their puns. And also implies that the door might be connected to the Quantum Break universe. The Vanguard symbol is an interesting one because it's actually in reference to their development branch working on the multiplayer experiences. Not a specific game, but more of a real-world Easter egg. The Alan Wake one, people already knew about for a few reasons. The swirl is closely associated with Alan Wake, and it's a symbol that appeared on a whiteboard in Quantum Break. And this is the door where you find the typewriter page in the Alan Wake DLC, so clearly it's meant to be connected there. These doors are meant to imply a shared universe, but what makes it unsettling is how it actually works. The Control 2 one could mean anything, but the black and white pyramids are super interesting. I don't want to linger too much here, but there's a lot of weird implied points of contact between Remedy games, and most of it's relatively benign. There's just something creepy about the motel and its obscure doors that lead to other dimensions, where things can somehow get inside, but you can never go through. Also, in all honesty, it's probably a way for them to say, oh yeah, the Remedy games have a shared universe, and that's how the games are going to be going forward. And number 5 is this secret room under the castle Leowin in Oblivion. Bethesda loves their torture rooms, don't they? Like hiding them places, just making it a little creepy. Hey, stuff's going on here you didn't think about. Not good stuff either. So, what stands out about this one, however, is that it's really closely tied to a major character, and nothing really comes of it. The only time you'd ever even find this secret room is through the Thieves Guild quest, Adarzi's Heirloom, and it's fairly easy to overlook because it has nothing to do with your objective. In the quest, you're tasked with stealing a ring from the Countess of Leowin, the mostly beloved ruler of the town, who seems to, from the outside, just be another generic ruler among many in Oblivion. But as you explore the castle dungeon, there's a secret path to her room, but you'll also come across this room, which a beggar in the jail says is a room specifically for torturing Argonians. So it's not just your regular everyday secret torture dungeon, it's also a racism one. Torture's not enough, it's gotta be racist torture, right? Yeah, that makes it real creepy. It does, actually. It's unsettling. There's chairs set up on her table, it's covered in blood. There's not any bodies in the room or anything, but...
Money, money, money!
Money! People. If all you knew about the Countess was the mission where you crash a party, this is a kind of a shocking discovery. What makes it mysterious, though, is it's never brought up anywhere. You can't confront the Countess about it. There's no quest associated with it. It's just there. A place you might go through as part of a completely unrelated quest. It's not like that torture room from Fallout 4 where you have no idea what's supposed to be going on. It's clear that it belongs to the Countess and that she hates Argonians and will continue to, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, since we don't have any Argonians, I can allow it. The Countess won't allow visitors to Argonian prisoners. I'll be watching, though.
So it's a fascinating piece of environmental storytelling that all it does is tell you something about somebody, and you can't do anything about it. Moving on to number 4, Pokemon X and Y, a note for help. More goofy than unsettling, but depending on your disposition, you may find it confusing at very least. In the Lumio station, there's this note that simply says, I'm going to go for help. Wait in the usual place. And that's it. That's all that you get. Who needs help, and why do they need it? Why is this note in some random place in the station? Who's it for? Nearby, you can find a kid who says something like, it should be someplace right around here. But it doesn't really definitely mean he's talking about the note. Like, he could easily be talking about something completely different. It's kind of hard to imagine somebody saying that about that kind of a note. The Pokemon series is no stranger to randomly inserting unsettling things in their games like ghosts, but they're usually pretty easy to explain. This is a total mystery. Is somebody being hunted? Like, it sounds serious, but there's just nothing going on, so it just remains a bizarre kind of unsettling detail. And number 3 is Deus Ex Mankind Divided, the body in the VersaLife Vault. One of the best missions in Mankind Divided is his bank heist, appropriately titled The Heist. The developers hire a quote-unquote consultant who's definitely not in the mafia, and they're like, So we've got this mission in our new game. It's about a bank heist, and we're trying to find like a really authentic title for it. And the guy's just like, why don't you call it The Heist? And they're like, oh, very, very good, very authentic. And that was single-handedly better than any SNL skit for at least 4 years. Anyways, the job's to steal some files from the VersaLife corporate vault, which sounds simple enough, right? But if you're thorough in exploring this place, you're going to find a room containing some frozen bodies in containers. Most of them, generic. I mean, look at this one. Nothing special about that frozen body. Ooh, you think you could at least put some flair on your frozen bodies? That said, one of them is kind of shocking, but a very obscure secret. One of the bodies in the VersaLife vault is the main guy, Adam Jensen. The implications of this discovery are numerous. Is this a clone of Adam Jensen? Or are you a clone of Adam Jensen? It would go a long way in explaining how you're still around after the ending of Human Revolution, where it seemed pretty unlikely you would survive. The funny thing is that's really all we get. There's nothing else in the game to say one way or the other, so we don't really know which one's the real Jensen.
When I first started EVE, I was a miner, and I was really tired of getting blown up by people all the time. So I decided, instead of being the hunted, I would become the hunter. My favorite role is to be a Logi pilot. I really enjoy the idea of being the god of the battlefield, be in charge of deciding who lives and who dies. The main reason that we hunt, we're looking for the good fight. There's no fun in having 25 people destroying one ship. It's a lot more exciting when you know that there's 40 other people, 2 jumps out, and they want to kill you. You can go down in history with an epic fight that you were completely outnumbered in and came out on top. So as soon as you land in enemy space, the first thing that the fleet commander does is looks for a target. So you want to see what options you have out there to fight. Who's here? Who can I kill? The excitement that comes with trying to lock everyone that's taking damage. You're constantly cycling between ships, getting locked and shot at. The more ships they bring, the more we can kill. I keep coming back to EVE Online because it's allowed me to create my own story and who I want to be in game. I'm able to map wormholes, I'm able to hunt people, and I'm able to spy if I want to. You get to decide if you're going to be the good guy or the bad guy on a daily basis. It's ruthless. It's EVE.
I'm going to try to see if I can have somebody make a plaque for you.
Oh. That says world's worst conjunto player. With over 700,000 miles of highway, Texas has more room to roam than anywhere in America. But with so much to see, it's easy to forget to stop and listen. So today, we're going on an auditory journey. This is All Roads Lead to Texas. Sounds of the Lone Star State.
Whenever I am traveling to a place, I try and tune into its soundscape. The sound of a place is its soul to a degree.
The original conjunto is here in San Antonio.
It's a crazy human revelation. Either way, I'm sorry. But it's only made more obscure by how easy it is to miss. Maybe if they make another Deus Ex game, this mystery will get some kind of closure, but as of now, it's just kind of like, what? And number 2, in Bloodborne, what even is Pale Blood? Right at the start of Bloodborne, you find a message that says this: seek Pale Blood to transcend the hunt, which sounds straightforward, right? Put down the 4 Lord Souls, like in Dark Souls, right? That's the Pale Blood, right? As the game goes on, it obviously gets further and further away from the initial perceived premise, and it gets easy to forget about that message. Nobody ever explicitly says what Pale Blood is either.
Not
it's
ready.
clearly
We're
something
not ready
important,
yet.
and it sounds ominous as hell, but what is it? Why will it let you transcend the hunt? Unlike every other mystery on this list, this one has been explained somewhat by the developer. Hayataki Miyazaki himself explains in the guidebook that Pale Blood is meant to reference the color of the sky after you reveal the true nature of the world, kind of a sickly purple, which sort of makes sense. He also says it could be interpreted as another name for the monster that comes from the moon, except the moon presence, the secret final boss of the game. Those are pretty wildly different things, though. Like, one of those things is not even kind of like the other one of those things, so it makes the whole thing a little more unsettling, actually. So is the Pale Blood an actual thing, or some kind of abstract concept? What do they mean by transcend the hunt? Are they talking about ascending to a new plane of existence, or just ending the dream? Does someone actually
Oh, he's gonna
want
take
to
it.
get
Maybe.
the secret ending of the game, which, if you don't know, involves eating 3 pieces of Great
I'm
One
gonna sit here and watch.
chords? Yes, seriously. It's been long enough. I think it's okay to say in a video, right? Yeah. You know what game is weird and messed up when you're not really completely sure what the goal is? But that's Bloodborne for you. Everything about the lore is unsettling. There's something deeply wrong about everything, and nothing ever adds up in a way that makes perfect, neat, tidy sense.
Bro, I don't know if he has this.
A bad dream where there's enough logic where you can make enough sense of things, but it's like a jigsaw puzzle where the pieces don't quite match up. Almost like they're laughing at you for even trying to make sense of it. Everything that has to do with Pale Blood is exactly that. Sounds important, has a bunch of creepy imagery and lore attached to it, but yeah, what? I don't understand what the hell Miyazaki's saying there. Honestly, it makes less sense than saying those two completely contradictory things. And finally, at number 1, Animal Crossing New Horizons, the Night Clowns. When you say the words, the Night Clowns, you're like, what? In Animal? Like, that sounds horrifying. In Animal Crossing. And there's actually been a lot said about the secret horrors of the Animal Crossing universe, but here's where the true terror starts. Occasionally, under certain circumstances, when a new villager moves into your town and replaces somebody, they'll tell you that the villager who left was thinking of moving away anyway because of the night clowns. Oh,
I don't know if he has to
They
see.
just say it like the most normal thing in the world. I'm sorry, though. You said night clowns.
Okay, he's going.
Day clowns are
They're going. They're sieging.
plenty enough to deal with, but apparently the world has clowns that are exclusive.
Oh, is he actually building siege equipment? The one fucking time.
Everybody wants to leave my damn village. I want to leave my village now. I don't even want to know about the nocturnal
Yep.
bozos.
Okay, they're
And
fighting.
that's all you
They're
get of
fighting.
them. It's never brought up again. You never actually see any actual night clowns, other than the one in the corner of your eye as you're trying to sleep at night, because now the phrase night clowns is in your head. Yeah, I know, it's just a game trying to be funny, and it's not supposed to be taken seriously, but in all seriousness, it's such a bizarre and specific visual that it's kind of hard not to dwell on.
How are your numbers not
And I'm sure it
moving?
freaks plenty of people out. As far as mysteries go, it's not the most in-depth, but if you're afraid of clowns, I would definitely not play Animal Crossing before bed, because
His
that
numbers aren't
phrase
even
night
moving.
clown is going to be fresh in your mind. And that's all for today. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not
There it
subscribed,
goes.
remember
There, it's
to
plummeting
we
now.
upload brand new videos every day.
We did Uncharted 4 back in 2016. I said, do you know that even I...
The heroes of Albion are enjoying themselves at this year's anniversary event. Some perhaps too much. But from the shadows of history, uninvited guests are here to crash the party.
Oh, that's
The bygone conquerors of Albion are terrorizing the citizens across the land. Will our heroes band together and face the ultimate challenge? Or will they just keep stealing each other's loot? Eat some
9
cake,
changes
get
to-
extra fame, unique rewards, and stand up to Albion's stone cold past during
Apparently
the
there's
Living
another Blizzard
Legacy
drama
event.
unfolding. They beat the 21. Tower of Fantasy 3.
I'm not visible. wrong sometimes. I then proceeded to be wrong about Uncharted 4, and what this proves is that I am actually never wrong. Uncharted 4 is one of the best games ever made. Don't even try to argue otherwise. Remember, I can never be wrong, but back then I was wrong, and I'm gonna prove it. In my
Blood for the
review,
blood god.
Uncharted 4 has the most boring climbing ever. This is more true for the first 3 Uncharted games. In those games, the climbing is very stiff and mostly there so that the player can spend time looking at the pretty graphics. Uncharted 4's climbing is faster and much more satisfying in its presentation. When you land on a wooden floor, you hear the thud reverberate because there's nothing underneath it. Nathan Drake has all these unique animations depending on what he's actually climbing on. I mean, look at this. Boom. Watch some dudes.
Barely.
What he did? He said, womble, womble. You can drop way down onto a dude's head and say bop. Eventually you get this tool which lets you hook into walls.
This is gonna be the next one
when you're
right
in a
there.
precarious spot, the camera really emphasizes it and makes you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna die. The huge leaps feel so weighty and satisfying. And then there's the incredible clock tower sequence where you're jumping across moving gears and sliding through them. Don't get me wrong, the climbing is the weakest aspect of this game, but it's impressive how much love went into the weakest part of the game. What's cool about Uncharted 4 is that traversal is more than just climbing.
Bingo. Now we're in business.
In my old review, I said, put a goddamn grappling hook in every game from now on. Today, it is a legal requirement that every video game has to have a grappling hook. You're welcome. By combining this with the sliding mechanics, you get much more dynamic platforming than we've ever seen with this franchise.
Whoa!
Oh, we need hardwood.
There's also scuba diving. You drive a boat and a Jeep, and what's really messed up is how good the handling on the Jeep is. Kojima Productions has some of the most talented game developers in the industry, and even they were struggling with vehicle collision in Death Stranding. The terrain in Uncharted is similarly lopsided and hilly, and yet the Jeep can handle everything you throw at it. Rickety little bridges, sudden drop-offs, food stands, other Jeeps, roaring currents, large boulders. Somehow this rental Jeep can do it all. Death Stranding, the whole game is about using vehicles to deliver packages.
I gained a level.
Driving is fundamental to its gameplay. Uncharted is a shooter with 2 chapters where you drive a Jeep, and there are details Death Stranding could learn from this game, like how you gain more traction when driving on rocks instead of mud. As a shooter, Uncharted 4 is one of the most unconventionally paced. You don't actually do any shooting until Chapter 4 when Nathan starts blasting targets in his attic with a Nerf gun.
Bullseye.
Shootouts are sprinkled into this game more as a reward than a constant. It's a very gradual build-up that subliminally aligns the player with Nathan Drake's thirst for adventure, and by the time that it finally gets to the action,
I have actually been a customer of BetterHelp for a little over 2 years now, and I was able to get matched up with a therapist in like 24 hours, 48 hours. They ask you questions about what you would like from a therapist, if there's any particular specialties that you would like. Me personally, I really prefer to have a black woman therapist, preferably not. 7 years later, I am still waiting on AAA video games to look and play like this. However, what really sets Uncharted 4 apart is its strong storytelling, which is still today the rarest quality in video games. With most games, it seems like the developers make the levels and assets first, then the writers come in and try to string those things together in a coherent way. I don't know if that really is how games are written, but it would explain why most games have such stupid, nothing stories. Uncharted 4 feels uncompromised, like the writers came up with the craziest treasure hunt they could imagine, didn't even take into account how the studio would turn that into a video game, and then Naughty Dog actually did. For the first half of the game, every chapter takes place somewhere else. You start in an orphanage, then you're in a prison in Panama, now you're a scuba diver, now you gotta do a heist in Italy, now you gotta find the pirate's tomb in Scotland. Bad news, environment designers, the treasure is actually in Africa. Well, to be more specific, it's actually in a market town in Madagascar. Well, actually, seeing is believing. What I love about Naughty Dog is how they illustrate their stories instead of spoon-feeding them to you through lazy exposition dumps. You aren't reading text logs about Henry Avery and Libertalia.
know it's all unfolding before your eyes. The ominous subtitle, A Thief's End, could be referring to a dozen different characters. This is a story about rummaging through the ruins of other people's stories. A letter from Chloe stowed away in the attic. Evelyn's lifeless manor full of priceless objects. Joseph Burns' abandoned cell. Henry Avery's elaborate trials and failed utopia. All of these stories contrast and overlap with Nathan Drake's own story, presenting hypothetical
I don't even know what
paths
that
which
is.
could have or could still go down. The characters here don't just spout off their deepest inner feelings. Instead, it's on the actors to communicate those emotions in a more subtle way through facial expressions, body language, and tone. What's magic about this style of storytelling is how it allows each player to come to their own conclusions. The lure of adventure beckons Nathan Drake out of his
there's like a troop of archers
but just as he accomplishes his
shooting
goal,
at you
the threat
guys.
vanishes, reappearing in the dark distance. When someone unloads this insane story about breaking out of jail with Bizarre, even in my first playthrough, I thought, yeah, this is total bullshit. Nathan knows his brother. He knows it's bullshit, but he wants to believe what he's hearing so much that he doesn't question it. Most people would be pretty envious of the life Nathan has set up. He's got a nice house, a job where he can still dig up treasure, a fridge full of beer, and a beautiful wife that loves Crash Bandicoot. Why? Why would you risk all of that? Of course, you push that question aside when Sully shows up and it starts feeling like a real deal Uncharted game. Just like Last of Us 2, the narrative tricks you into wanting to fulfill the selfish desires of its protagonist. In 99% of games, the player is meant to feel like a hero, like your actions are saving the world. In Uncharted 4, you are ruining this man's marriage so that he can pretend to be Indiana Jones.
How is Elena cool with all this?
Uncharted 4 is masterful in how it sets its character motivations in conflict with each other. In Sam's mind, it's always been him and Nate versus the world since they were kids. Then Sully and Elena took him away. Ironically, this is how we perceive Sam. To us, he's the outsider. He wasn't there for Uncharted 1 where you had to shoot 300 zombies. He wasn't there for Uncharted 2 where you had to fight a Yeti. He wasn't there for Uncharted 3 where you had to go to Subway. We trust Sam about as much as Sully does. That rift between his father figures goes both ways.
Why are you here, Victor?
Because somebody's got to keep an eye out for him.
When Nathan discovers his brother is still alive, he spends all night recapping the entire Uncharted trilogy before remembering that he has a wife.
I'm married. I can't believe... Elena from the stories, that's my wife.
Sam Drake isn't a villain, but he brings out the worst part of his brother, and it's not until he finally teams up with Elena that Nathan starts stepping out of the shadow of Henry Avery. St. Dismas said, "We receive the due rewards of our deeds." But do we? Did the gullible optimist of Libertalia deserve such a harrowing fate? Does Sam deserve Nate? And does Nate deserve Sully and Elena? Uncharted blurs the past with present in many ways, challenging us to split the difference. One more time, the camera pans out from Crash Bandicoot, which does not have a scoring system, by the way, to reveal Cassandra Drake. This ending, man, dude, this is the most fulfilling, joyous ending I have ever experienced in a video game, and it's one that takes on a whole new context for me, now that me and Leah are having our own daughter. Because this was actually a baby video the whole time. We having a baby, everybody.
Alright. Donkey's having a dad, or having a kid. Congrats, Donkey.
Diablo 4 desperately needs. Number one, they need to delete the game. This game's the worst game I've ever played.
Number one, we can mark something as junk, so that way it will be salvaged, but there's no way to mark the reverse for something that's not junk. Meaning when we actually go to the blacksmith and we do all items, it's going to destroy all items, no matter if it's junk or not. This is the reverse of what it should be. You should be marking things for what are not junk. For that reason, the first change we need is a way to mark things to save them. I've crunched really good items. Number two...
I don't know why this hasn't happened. He's completely right about this. Why the fuck? Why the fuck do we not have a locking system? You get 99 items and one is bad and one is good. but you can't lock an item, but you can mark all of them to sell. Wouldn't it just make sense that you can just lock the one and then categorically sell the rest?
Is a button on each one of these squares. I've seen people ask for a refund all button for all Paragon points, but what I really want is for each one of these squares to have a button right here that refund all points for this square.
Or you could just right-click this. Like, imagine if you could just right-click this and it just clears everything in the Paragon board. Like, I personally feel like that would be even more elegant if you just right-clicked and you could cancel this this thing, and it would just cancel all the rest of them above it.
A lot of builds are going to use this one.
I'm sure this will come out in season... Yeah, somebody said in chat, season 4.
And this one, for instance, for me, but these side ones I rotate through quite often. So a way to refund all of the ones for each individual Paragon board would be a giant W for me.
Oh, season 6.
Number 3 is the wardrobe system is very good, but we should be able to attach not only wardrobe transmogs, but also armory spots as well, with the associated gold cost, etc. in there is perfectly acceptable. But if we had a way of another bar where we have ensembles for wardrobes, then the next one is for actual armory outfits. That would be wonderful as well. There are many very...
Yeah, I agree with this too. Diablo is the kind of game where you play, like, you're not really going to play 2 different druids to do, like, one druid is for bossing and one druid is for, like, clearing nightmare dungeons. So you're going to want to have different sets of gear. And if they just had, like, what New World has, for example, like, there's, like, a few different wardrobes that you can use. Easy.
Very good builds in this game that I would like to continue to use. I don't like being pigeonholed into just one and having to go in and remove all of my Paragon
Lost Ark
points,
has this too.
etc.
Yeah.
This armory system should also save the skills on your skill bar, as well as the skill trees that you use as well. Number 4.
Yeah, having loadouts would make things way easier.
The whispers here from the tree. The rewards should be buffed. But on top of the rewards being...
Boy, I love doing whispers at level 100 and getting sacred items. Ooh, wow. I got a sacred weapon. Oh, wow. What the fuck are you doing? Why is this happening?
Buffed. After you claim and complete one, you should be able to click and select the next region you want to target. Maybe there's dungeons you want to accomplish there. Maybe there's renown you haven't got yet there. Maybe you have a nightmare sigil there. It would seem to me if you're on a spree of doing these, you should be able to continue to be on a row and click, I want to go here, and have all of these randomized ones across the map be generated in whatever region. Understandably, this could maybe be used to min-max to make some regions better than others, but I think in a counter logic, it would also be good for players who are still coming up in the game, as they can target locations they still need to discover. Number 5. Blue side missions should be discoverable on the map if you have seen them once. So if I understand hiding the blue exclamation mark so that you have to discover the map, but once I've walked past them, if I forgot to go pick it up, it should be discovered just like the map is, and I should be able to look on the map and see, oh, there was a blue mission here I left. Instead of having to walk around the map or using another website to find where the blue missions I missed is, it would be nice to know, oh, I just didn't pick up one over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Yeah, agree with that as well.
Number 6 is obvious, more stash inventory. And
yeah, I sure can't wait to buy that in the store. Very excited to buy new stash inventory in the store. It's going to be great.
And a search button where we can type in the name of the aspect to discover.
-500, yep.
Helltide chest experience rewards, while buffed, should be buffed yet again. This is less than 40,000 experience for doing one of these, which feels like a pretty big letdown.
I feel like doing open world events should be maybe even a little bit better than nightmare dungeons whenever they're up, to incentivize people to go out and actually do the open world events. Like, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like they should be really, really good. Because even whenever they're better than nightmare dungeons, like, guys, you get more loot from nightmare dungeons because you can just spam run them over and over and over with no travel time restrictions. So it has to be better in order for it to be equal on like a base level.
The oboe trader should either give the ability to get unique items, or the whispering keys that you buy in order to open up the silent chest should have a chance of getting uniques as well.
Yeah.
It does feel disappointing to me that the whispering keys very often don't feel like they have a reason to exist. I would rather just gamble with my oboes instead to try to get an item.
Yeah, I've never opened a whispering chest once before. I've never even done it. 50th player to achieve 100 in hardcore. Blizzard did not put me on a list of 1,000. I followed all instructions and I got scammed like a kid. People sad. Well, just tweet at them and they'll fix it. I'm sure they'll fix it.
Therefore, the Whispering Keys could have some benefit other than just random dopamine of seeing a chest if they...
Aaron loves Optimum's internet, saying excellent
Loyalty is
speed and
going down.
quality. So we decided to review him back. Smoothly streaming on multiple devices with 99.9% reliability. 5 stars. Get Optimum internet starting at $35 a month.
They could actually drop a unique themselves. This would also be balanced by the fact that you have to have the keys either in your inventory or in your stash, which they do work from stash, by the way, and you also have to find the chest around the map. For this reason, it's sort of balanced. I think it would be fine.
I think that, like, if you have to buy keys and there's an opportunity cost of Gamba to buy the keys should be massively buffed. Like, there should be, like, at least a 10% chance if you find one of those chests that, like, it has a unique in it.
By the same logic of loot feeling good, I think Treasure Goblins should be buffed. Very few of the time I get an item that is...
Any time that you kill a Treasure Goblin and it doesn't give you a legendary, that's a bug. Okay? That's a fucking bug. In my opinion, I think anytime you kill the Butcher, you should get a fucking unique. And every time you get a Treasure Goblin, you kill a Treasure Goblin, you should get a fucking a legendary. And maybe if the Butcher is over level 100, it gives a unique 100% chance.
It's any good. It comes from a Treasure Goblin. I more now kill a Treasure Goblin because it is a Treasure Goblin and it's fun more than expecting good loot to come from a Treasure Goblin. The rest of my complaints are things that have already been addressed by the devs and they said they are working on it. They will come. So for me, that's my entire list. See you tomorrow.
Well, there it is. I mean, I pretty much agree with all of that. The Tree of Whispers thing, I never even really do the Tree of Whispers, so I don't have much of an opinion on that. Butcher spawns way too much for that. What do you mean he spawns way too much? No, he doesn't. It's 1 in 50 dungeons. I don't get it. People just unlucky. Yeah, it's
my brother.
No way it's 1 in 50. I've gotten him 3 times in a row. I've gotten him before, but I've also gone whole days without getting him.
You know what?
I think people remember whenever they get him 1 dungeon or 2 dungeons in a row. But they don't remember whenever they don't get them at all for an entire day. It's like fucking Gamba philosophy. Whispers is renamed bounties. After a while, people stop doing them. Yeah. You sniping bad comments? Well, I'm just saying, like, I think that this would be a good thing. Just giving people more rewards and letting people, and especially, like, because there are some, like, I'm pretty sure druids need certain uniques. Like, there's this Tempest Roar unique that it feels like every druid wants to have. So, like, why not just let them get the uniques, man? Yeah, why make it this, like, really annoying thing? I don't get it. Doesn't he spawn often when a Treasure Goblin spawns as well? Well, I don't know. Uniques are way too rare as it is. They're way too shitty to be way too rare. That's the issue. Is that if the uniques were better, it would be okay. But the uniques aren't better. For most of you, how many of you guys, are, like, for Uber Lilith, there is no unique that I want to use. Every unique is bad. So that's, I think, the big problem with the uniques. I think that Blizzard is going to improve a lot of this, and I am very, very positive about what's going to happen tomorrow on the live stream. But, like, as I said, people have a lot of criticisms. I'll link you guys' video. Make sure to give it a like. Darth Microtransaction has 200,000 subscribers now. We've watched a lot of his videos. And, yes, obviously, the uniques and all that stuff is, they need to be better. Just make them a little bit better. Was Blizzard done to warrant such positivity? I feel like Diablo 4 is pretty good. I do. I think it's a pretty good game. I like the game. I think it's a good game. I think they've responded to a lot of feedback, and they've made a lot of changes that were good. And I'm happy with the game. Like, if nothing happens and they don't change it at all, like, I'm happy with where it is now, because, like, I try to be very much a realist with the games, and I know that whenever a game comes out, there are going to be problems with the game, because games now are so much more infinitely complex than games were back in the day, and it takes a long time for games to be good. World of Warcraft was like that. Final Fantasy was like that. Like, New World was like that. People say New World is still like that. Lost Ark was like that. Every game that's a live service game, whenever it comes out, is fucking garbage. That's just the truth. It's fucking garbage. So if a game is only half garbage, well, that's really good, because that means maybe it'll be good one day. So yeah, I mean, and I know, like, oh, that shouldn't be like that. Yeah, but it is. So I'm gonna base it off of that. It's mid and uninventive, nothing unique or exciting about it. I didn't expect it to be. I didn't expect it to be like this massive, groundbreaking, crazy thing. I think it's just a good game. It's a good game. It plays well. There are a million complaints that I have about it, but it seems like they're listening to at least some of them, and things are improving. I mean, I don't know. Fuck, man. Yeah, uninventive has invented the genre. The game's called Diablo 4. It's a sequel. It can only be unique to a level. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it a lot, and I think that also, yeah, it's been handled very well since release. Groundbreaking games rarely have a 4 in the name. True. Asmon, it's not a perfect 10. New systems and doesn't rain uniques from the sky. All the other streamers hate it. I think that most streamers are positive about Diablo. Like, how many people are streaming Diablo now? Let me see. Diablo is 50,000 people playing the game, and this is no drops. Like, this isn't drops or anything like that. There are people that are just streaming the game, playing the game. It's doing really well. So I don't really, that's not a lot, to be honest. It is definitely a lot of people. Like, and I think also, like, one thing, I could talk a lot about this, but the reason why I think Diablo 4 is also like a hype game is because it made careers. It made Rob's career, it made Rax's career, it made Darth Microtransactions' career. Let's scroll down here. I think those are 3 of the people right now. And like before this game, they were getting a fraction of the viewership that they're getting now. And now people are watching them, and it creates its own ecosystem. The game is popular enough that it creates its own fucking ecosystem. That is massive. Woody Joe. Yes. Like Ben, like Mathel and Ben were well known from PoE. Glad is well known from like FPS games. I think he plays a lot of different games. She's well known for a number of different things. Shroud's well known for being an FPS player. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Alkaiser is well known for being a Diablo 3 guy. World First Paragon 100, also a massive PoE guy. A lot of these guys are known from PoE, but there are people that came up through Diablo 4. It's a popular game. Yeah, I think it's a good game. Like I'm sorry, but I do think it's a good game. I don't think it's the best game of all time. I think it's good. That's it. I feel like I'm being very reasonable here. A bunch of people from top 1,000 weren't included on the final list. Ooh.
Oh God.
Ooh. I was literally top 14 global. I tweeted it, tagged you guys, and streamed the whole thing, and somehow I'm not on the list. The same thing happened to me.
Nice.
It's because of the statue thing with names. There was only limited space. Wait, what? Streamer list only? I mean, this guy's got like 600,000 followers, though. Like, I mean, if it was a streamer list, he would be on the list. Why didn't they just pick a server side than just using fucking Twitter tags? There was only 250 for multiple days, so they ignored them.
What are you doing? How are you
This is the Blizzard drama for the week? How does this happen every week? I don't understand.
How old are you? You're 16.
His name was inappropriate? What was his name? Let's find out what his name was.
You're my friend?
You're thinking that
I have
maybe this
friends.
guy didn't get...
I have friends.
He didn't pale ginger? That's not inappropriate. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't think that's inappropriate. Like, what the hell? What about this guy right here? So can we get a picture of his tweet? Okay. Well, no. Here it is. Here it is, right here. So open image and new tab. His name's Rockin'. Like, what the hell's... And he did it as a druid, man. He got there as a druid. He should be at the top of the list. All his group got their names there but him. Oh, dude. That's ridiculous. Game games and replies. A lot of people also got top 1,000. Weren't put on the statue, doing everything right, tweeting everything cute. How crazy!
I don't want to be a fucking
vassal. Blizzard didn't put me or Marduk. We were the first 2 Brazilians to reach level 100 in hardcore in the top 1,000 list. What the? Like this, dude? Literally everyone in my group is but me. Post on even got touching Blizzard via DM. At the time that I posted asking if everything was okay, they said yes. Wait, what? Somebody at Blizzard confirmed that so now I'm not going to be on the list. They're spending 5 days without sleeping properly, grinding nonstop. I mean, you shouldn't have done that anyway, right? But, like, still. Like, I mean, what the fuck, man?
It's nighttime. Oh gosh, there they are.
I sent a message to Blizzard and they said everything was okay, and they already sent to HQ and everything the day I posted, asking if I needed to redo it. I mean, I just think this is sad. If this...
Play Diablo 4.
The time of prophecy has come, knights. If we can't stop Lilith, we'll all be damned.
Just dismounted melee in here.
This is actually what's happening. Dude, if you actually grinded to 100 as a druid,
did we lose anybody?
And you don't get your name on the statue.
Yeah, that's one guy.
And it's also like, the thing is, this guy didn't hit, like, you know, he's number 970. This dude was number 14. This is one of the first people that actually hit it at all. He's literally top 14 global. Literally tweeted it, tagged you guys. Oh my god. I also hit 100 on the day you guys had the dev chat update. I should have been around 350th. Tweeted and streamed, not even on the list. What the hell? I mean, it's right there. He's 100. Blizzard should have released the list early to confirm it was correct. Bro, they need to scratch out some names on that fucking thing. How do you know that's a hardcore character? Isn't Tempered Champion something that you only get from getting 100 on hardcore? I don't remember. So, like, how's he have the title? And also, like, do you think he photoshopped it? Here, let's look at the video. Do we have the video? So this is the dude? Let me skip ahead. Oh, here we go.
Like
here it is.
One thing that could go fucking wrong.
One thing that could go wrong? I can think of something that could go wrong. Yeah, I can think of something.
Just in case, because could you imagine working at 99.99,
right?
Level 100. Free at last. Immediately teleports out. He's done.
Oh my god.
He did it.
Oh.
Feet of the champion. Reach 100 in hardcore mode.
I will. I will in a second.
Wow. Well, it doesn't matter though.
Look at my fiends.
That's the thing.
Oh, hey.
It doesn't matter because Blizzard decided to just simply not put his name on the list. Yep. He got taken off the list. If accounts have punishments against them, would they be disqualified maybe? I don't know. But it's just, this is pretty bad that you know, you do an event like this and people's names aren't on the list. I mean, I feel like the worst one here was oh, here's another one. Was number 77 overall, number 12 rogue, tweeted as the rules said to. The 2 people I played with are on the list as well. And you see, like, a lot of these people, it's not like this. Look at this guy's name, Wolf. Oh, wow. What is it? The people at Blizzard are Team Edward? So they didn't put him on the list? There's nothing wrong with this fucking name. It's fine. I don't get it. What happened? I don't know. I think they should definitely fix this and make sure that these guys get their names on the statue. This is really kind of weird, and especially for something that people spend so much time on doing, like days and days. Some people spent weeks on this because they died on it and they got it, you know, like 700 or something like that. And then think about all the people that you don't really see their posts because they just assume that their name is on the statue and then it's not going to be on there. Please tweet about it in support of this. Okay. I'll even tag these guys. Yeah. Wolf, I can't add everybody. So you tell me my 100 character was hard for nothing because my name is not on the standard of Blizzard? Well, it's not for nothing, right? You still have the character, right? But it's just that, you know, if they're doing an event, they should do it. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? Those who participated in the pre-release review version of the game of the month of May 2023 may not be eligible for entry.
Cabaret?
So you're saying that these guys all participated in the review?
Oh, look at these boys.
And that was it? I doubt it, man. Because, like, they knew that. No, because that was a good decision that Blizzard made, but they knew that. People making
Shields
shit up
up
now. Yeah, I feel like people are making shit up at this point. Think twice and don't tweet this. There are other similar battles to fight. Wait, what? Wait, no, why don't you want me to tweet this? I don't understand. Like, is there something that I'm doing wrong? It's not that you were doing something wrong, it's that maybe you don't have all the info. So you think that these guys are lying, then? You think that this guy right here, who streamed his entire time playing the game,
this is why we get
Rackham,
archers.
who streamed his entire time
Oh
playing the
my
game,
god,
you think
all
that
of
they're
you
lying?
guys,
And
all
then
of you
also,
are
especially
so
because
awesome.
Rackham, didn't he get confirmation directly from Blizzard? He said he got confirmation directly from Blizzard, saying that it was okay. Look at this. I even got in touch with Blizzard via DM at the time I posted asking if everything is okay, and they said yes. So you think that he lied? That he's making this up? Let me type the response. Okay. We're gonna, look, let me just type it all out. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this. If you played the open or closed beta, you could be on the statue. If you played the closed press beta, you could not be on the statue. That means if you played the 25 or the 25 beta or the 20 server slam, you could still be
Beast Whisperer
or the statue. You understand? I just want to type this out so people can understand it, because they're not getting it. That is an answer. You should be more prevalent in the community if you want to have an opportunity. That in itself isn't even fair. Wait, what?
Are we going? Okay. Oh god. Going far.
Wait, what? Everybody have the ability to spend some money in progress the same way. There is no inclusive things about this. If you're broke, you're broke. It's your fault. No excuse being broke. You should have had the money to play pre-release.
Hold on. Where did those rebels just pick up stuff? Because that's a... Here they come. Hold the bridge. Hold the bridge.
Oh, God. Man. Oh my God, where did that come from?
Did one get through? One got through. Dead though. Jesus.
The heroes of Albion are enjoying themselves at this year's anniversary event. Some perhaps too much.
Ads.
From the shadows of history, uninvited guests are here to crash the party. The bygone conquerors of Albion are terrorizing the citizens across the land. Will our heroes band together and face the ultimate challenge? Or will they just keep stealing each other's loot? Eat some cake, get extra fame, unique rewards, and stand up to Albion's Stone Cold Past during the Living Legacy event.
I don't even understand. Anyway, I'm going to tweet this because I think it's fair. Please look into the people whose names weren't included onto the rules, but followed all the rules. Racken and DJ, I don't know how to fucking pronounce his name, Montag, I think? Two guys in a thread with tweets that should have placed them in the top 1,000 didn't get it. Imagine how many non-content creators will get missed and not even realize. Hell yeah, we're tweeting this. I'm not even shitting on Blizzard. I'm saying, hey, you guys made a mistake. Please fix it. Mistakes happen. I mean, shit. There's 1,000 people. Twitter's a big place. Mistakes happen. It's okay. But just, hey, this is what's going on. Please fix it. Did you tag the right people? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I tagged both the right people. Yeah, because they're streamers? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's the whole point that I'm making, is that imagine how many non-streamers don't even see this. They don't have a voice. They don't have, how many people gave this guy like 2,000 likes? So like it's all the way at the bottom, Blizzard doesn't see it. Didn't Racken's tweet include his battle ID? Maybe that Racken's tweet include his Battle.net ID? Yeah, Rackham. You think Rackham is the problem? Why is Blizzard even using Twitter to make a list? Can't they do this with in-game info? Great fucking question. Maybe they were in the press beta and never realized. So their names could have been on the list for the press beta, but then they had never maybe that's it, I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility. But damn, if they didn't even play the game, if they didn't even play it, I don't even know what to say. Aren't some countries not eligible? Well, I mean, that would make sense if nobody in that country got it, you know what I mean? So I asked Racken about the betas he played. He says I only played the betas that would allow me to participate. If your name's on the list and don't play, then it shouldn't count. Yeah, it shouldn't count. You're right. But also keep in mind that there's people that aren't content creators at all, like that Wolf guy.
I lost 3 guys.
Bro, this guy's just a random dude. I don't think he probably had the alpha or anything like that for the game. I could be wrong. I'm watching your stream right now. Thank you very much for visibility, man. A lot of people DM'd and replied. Apparently a lot of other people got it. There it is. See, I fucking knew it. It wasn't just random. It wasn't just people that were dumb. There it is. Hopefully we can get their names on the statue like they deserve. I think one of the rules was to add their battle tag to the tweet. I mean, the battle tag is added to the tweet. I mean, let me look at it again. It's in the picture. Yeah, it's in the picture. And he also replied to it right there. If that's not good enough, then I feel like that there's no, nah, bro. Like, Blizzard should have been able to do it. And what about this guy? There, see, this guy had his battle tag right there. So that couldn't even be it either. Bro, why are people trying to come up with some sort of like, this is like conspiracy shit that people do. They're trying to think that this is actually some kind of global fucking conspiracy and all of these people are actually doing something wrong or there's some divine reason to it. No. Most times whenever things go wrong, it's because people are just fucking up. That's it. There's no conspiracy to it. There's no fucking like weird agenda. It's just that Blizzard, they messed up. Is this wrong to be devil's advocate and question things? It's important to not be so open-minded that your brain falls out. And you're not questioning
we need
things.
Horses too.
Because if you were questioning things, you would actively try to look for a different answer. Like, and you could just easily look at these tweets and say, okay, well, this one has the battle tag and this one doesn't. So obviously the battle tag isn't the problem, because if the battle tag was the problem, then this guy would have got in and the other guy wouldn't because he included his battle tag. It's very simple, right? So like just trying to refute it in a way that finding some way that it's wrong or something like that without even trying to even do like a slight analysis. Like you're not really playing devil's advocate. Devil's advocate is whenever you understand the situation. You're just denying it. No, attribute to malice what can be easily explained by incompetence. Yep, there you go. Why is anyone against a single human? Isn't it common sense to back up the random guy and not the billion-dollar corporation? I don't think that you should ever back up the single guy over the $100 million corporation just because it's a single guy versus a $100 million corporation or a billion-dollar corporation. I disagree with that. I don't like that at all. I think that you should make a decision based off of the evidence that's presented. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, you shouldn't be making decisions off of anything before. Like, it's not even. You don't go into it with a fucking agenda. You read what happened. You're like, okay, maybe it's this. It's not. Maybe it's that. It's not. Maybe it's this. It's not. Okay, it seems like there's a problem. Let's see if we can get the problem fixed. I don't know why people wouldn't look at it from that perspective. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you ever not want to fuck over the Supercorp? You shouldn't ever want to fuck somebody over because of your perceived sense of imbalance in the world. Because if everybody did that, the world couldn't function. Just because you're unhappy with Blizzard for some reason doesn't mean that it's reasonable or respectable to just be against them and ignore logic and common sense. Anytime that you're ignoring sense and logic and reason in order to push an agenda, you're wrong. It's that simple. Make decisions based off of what's real. Anyway, I do really hope Blizzard fixes this. It's disappointing. It shouldn't be like this.
Baldy and his opinions. Okay.
The second one? Well, this is a...
Oh my god, these only up things are crazy. Get some dates.
Okay, doesn't seem too hard. This is reasonable. Okay. Sure. That was pretty clean. Alright, I got it. Oh. Jeez. Oh. Okay. Alright, that was... He's moving pretty fast. Yeah, got it. They're doing the jump. Okay. He's just gonna jump right at... Yep. Holy shit. Alright. Let me go. I'm slamming it? Ooh. But he's still...
I don't know how I'm not getting that grab.
So he can still get... So this isn't even a perfect run.
I don't have a Siege Master. That's
What the fuck? So it's gonna get even better than this?
How many days of food do they have?
It's a minus 3 seconds, yeah. Oh, it's Mr. Cat, okay.
Not much.
Jesus.
Okay, how do I...
Okay. Oh, okay. A little dangerous, but
we're gonna go for it. Fuck it.
probably the best idea.
Hey, Chillons, thanks for the $10.
There's a bed there? I didn't even know that.
Happy birthday, hope you have fun in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Holy shit. He used a feet kick midair. I didn't even know that you could... Jesus. Okay. Fuck. Okay. That was a good idea. Yeah, sure. And then you go up the... This is pretty simple. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's smart.
Okay.
That was some pretty good tech. Look at that. Turning around in midair like that. Ooh, right on the edge. I've seen this before.
Favorite kind of cake? Ass is not a cake. Although people call it cake.
They have 4 days of food.
This is what happens whenever you speed run. Yeah, it just rots your brain. Okay, got it. This is, yeah, I remember even I did this. Right? Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way he openly engages me. Times 330, okay.
He skipped the bed. Bro, he said, fuck
and we have
that.
prisoners to bolster ranks.
Okay, and
we
I
can
did
do
this.
this.
Yeah, I know how this is.
Shit.
God damn. Wait, hold up. Did he jump there to skip having to do the grapple animation? Did you guys see that? To animation cancel the grapple, the parkour onto it to save time. Holy fuck. You can jump roll? Okay. Right? And I guess he climbed up. I don't know really if that's...
I'm sorry, Larks is the one who said ass. You guys might have not heard it.
Okay, jump there. That's easy, yep. Back to the graveyard. That was really fucking clean. Holy... Jesus! So he had to make sure that he did all those other perfect jumps to make sure that he had the momentum for this jump. I'm assuming that's what he had to do. I could be wrong. Yeah? Oh, he's gonna use the fucking drone.
Hey, Seeker.
Oh wow, their morale just plummeted.
Oh my.
Bro, I can be here for days.
Oh, fuck, that was good. That was fucking crazy. Wow. Okay.
Jesus, what is your base?
Oh, just fucking... Oh my god. Just barely. Jesus. Fuck that first card. Yeah, apparently.
Scholar. You're out trading.
Jesus.
Oh, Aaliyah. Hi.
I could do this? Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, same. Okay, well, what about the trampoline? Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, my God. Bro, that shit was... Oh, my God. That was close. Okay.
Okay.
No fucking way. That is so... What the fuck? That is actually insane. What the fuck?
How is your militia building?
God damn.
That doesn't make sense.
I could have slow mode earlier there. Or later, I mean.
Bro, he's surfing.
I could have slow.
Worried your devices won't connect if you switch to Android? It's all good with Easy Parent.
Hands up.
Cannot go for more than 90 seconds.
What happens after 90 seconds?
Don't want to stay. Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
Where'd they get these armies?
83 seconds, get it off him!
What if we open the door but we didn't shut it?
Don't want to stay.
Yeah, he uses the branch to align himself to get
slow
enough
mode earlier
momentum
there.
from the trampoline to knock him up
Or
to this
later.
area. Oh my god. The most impressive thing, he found the majority of these skips himself. Jesus.
Okay. We might be able to do this. They... Okay.
Yeah, the jump to the trampoline is kind of
Yeah.
scary.
Shit.
Yeah.
Crap.
Oh, there's no way he's a...
Guys,
No fucking way.
just... Alright,
No
here's what we're gonna
fucking
do.
way.
See those banners? We're going right for them. Like fucking that.
And he rolls to cancel the momentum.
No.
Holy shit! Perfectly off the corner, yeah. So he does the roll, goes right...
It's extremely close to not working. Like, very, very, very close to not working. Alright, not bad.
It's been 7 minutes. He's already halfway through the fucking game. The jump is insanely hard. Yeah, I bet it is.
Jesus Christ.
His speed beats the assets rendering in.
I need a horse. Holy crap, my kingdom for a horse.
There's an elevator, brings you in 3 minutes to the spot. I don't know. Hands are sweating. Just
We are
watching
up.
this
Shit creek so freaking bad. Oh my god. Guys, you're not doing good. Green. Shit.
Okay. Is he gonna have to run up the spine or not?
That looks good.
Okay.
That looks good. That looks bad.
Right.
My boys. My boys. I need help.
Okay.
I need left. Fuck.
You gonna jump on that middle thing? Yeah.
Fuck you.
Jesus. Bro, I remember going up this thing, scared the fuck out of me. Dude, I thought like the smaller bones, I would fall off whenever I was standing on them. Did you finish the game? The game finished me. Yeah, I got to that rainbow place and I fell down to the bottom and I alt F forward before I hit the ground. So I didn't really fall. Okay, he's gonna go up the ear. Is he gonna use the bed
Gerda?
here? Okay, backwards jump, pretty good.
My
All right.
God.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know you could jump that high with that. I remember I couldn't even get that high with it before, at all. Yeah, I didn't land, exactly. Yeah, so like we don't know like, really how far I would have fallen. Yeah, we can't know. Okay. Okay. Is there a reason why he's standing on this particular finger? We're gonna see.
Okay. Not done yet. We're not done yet.
It's minus 1.4, yeah. What's crazy about these runs is you know that, like, because the sum of best is already, like, what, 20 seconds below the timer for this? So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you had, like, a sub 15-minute run on this whenever it was, like, fully optimized. Or at least sub 60.
We are not done yet.
That is insane.
Men. Jesus. Knights.
Okay.
Help him out.
Hey Bob, thank you for the 2 months.
Help him out. Let's go. My brave knights. My brave knights.
I didn't even know about this one. There was one on the top of the roof. That's the only one I thought there was. Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
God. Bro, that shit would have stressed me out.
Fuck you. Let's go. What do we have left? Me and you, buddy. I don't know where Gerda is. I think this is her horse. Okay. Fighting to the last man.
Oh, did they change this one? This one used to look different.
We're not going down.
I heard they had to remove some assets because, like, they were being used by something else.
Shit.
Yeah, DMCA'd assets. It's crazy how this game, which is just really a hodgepodge of a bunch of different assets put together, has generated so much interest. I hope that developers take note of this whenever they're doing, you know, motion captures and, like, facial captures of doing cinematics
just
for a
died.
game that nobody's gonna play. Just make a good game.
Shit.
Make a game that's playable. Jesus. And DLC only down. That would be funny. Okay. Oh, this is the alignment.
Dude, I just can't get in the right spot. Okay, well, it still worked. That was so fucking slow.
Shit.
No fucking.
Over 30 hotel brands around the world.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
No fucking way, dude.
18 fucking grand?
Jesus.
Dude, I just can't get in the right spot. Okay, well, it still worked. That was so fucking slow.
Oh my fucking god. Practice for 6 hours? I'm surprised it didn't take... Now he's on the boat.
God, that was so bad. No, I just... damn.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was awful. Oh my god. So I guess the game stores momentum, and by spamming jump, he builds up enough momentum to clip through the boat and then propel himself in that direction. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Super Mario 64, the BLJ thing, yeah. And he stood there because that's the most, yeah, okay, I get it. That is good. Holy shit, that's good. And I guess he probably went in slow motion to build up more momentum inside of slow motion, because his character would hit the ground and it could register space bars faster. That's probably what, yeah. Jesus. You have to slow-mo? Yeah. Because I think that builds up more momentum.
I don't even know what
Holy
happens now.
Fuck. That is insane. It's playing 2 songs at the same time. It's not even programmed for this to happen.
You can do that. Oh my god.
What, like... Changing the frame rate changes the acceleration. And because he went to a faster frame rate, the acceleration increased? Wait, what? It shot him twice? Oh! I see it. I understand it now. So how did it shoot twice? It only works at 30 and 120 FPS. What the fuck? I thought it was like an acceleration thing. I guess not.
Crap.
I'll figure something out like that. To be fair, if you speedrun a lot of games, there's probably going to be like a, like commonly usable bugs that like a lot of games have, because they usually operate off of like the same framework. So like getting, like for example, like making your character small and then making your character big so it clips through a texture and you can go through a wall that you're not supposed to go through, works in a lot of games. You know, similar exploits. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but like that's my understanding of it. A lot of stuff is tied to the engine. Yeah, I assume if you understand like how assets in Unreal Engine work, that this is probably an advantage. That's probably how he knew that he could accelerate through the through that boat.
Stop drifting. Run to the finish line.
Maybe.
Did I lose all my stuff? Oh my god.
Okay, he's back on the dragon, alright.
There's a dragon in that game?
Certain communities just share stuff as much as they learn. Yeah. I mean, a lot of this is obviously like... The reason why speedruns are so good, especially for like really popular games, is because there's like a lot of collaboration. Like somebody sees somebody do something, then everybody else does it too. What the...
Oh, yes. I think we got it. I think we got it, chat. I think we got it.
What the?
Yes, we did it. It's over.
Okay.
Where'd Sharon go?
Holy shit.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
Wow. That is fucking insane.
Yes, yes, we will uninstall it. Yes, yes, yes.
That is fucking nuts.
I literally grew a beard in that time.
Look, I'll watch it again. So he wants to get to like the very tip of it, right? Because that's what's gonna push him up the most. Oh my god. West off the wing,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. I think we got it. I think we got it, chat. I think we got it.
Holy shit.
Yes, we did it.
Further left on the
It's
wing, the higher
over.
you go. If the further left on the wing, the higher you go, that means that he can optimize that because he probably lost like 6 or 7 seconds going up and down. So there's a version of that where you probably land like right here, which is what's so fucking crazy about this.
Where'd Sharon go? She
Maybe
was
not,
here.
I don't know.
We
Not,
did
is
it.
uninstalling? Probably smart
We did
idea.
it.
Holy shit,
did
that is crazy.
it.
Wow.
Yes, yes, we will uninstall it.
He can
Yes.
grab the edge, but it's really hard. Yeah.
Ah,
Jesus, man.
we did it.
I literally grew a beard in that time.
That is fucking crazy.
Uninstall.
Yo, Dance, thank you for the 100 gifted.
Oh my god. We did the sub 17 on 4th of July. I'm done with this game.
I'm so happy.
Play Diablo 4 on Xbox Series X.
The time of prophecy has come, knights. Hell is coming, brother.
Zero is here. This is their last chance to save their game.
I was just browsing my email when I noticed this from Tower of Fantasy. Please receive limited time rare rewards. Version.
I mean, sending out an email to get people to come play the game again, I don't know if this is their last chance. I mean, I feel like everybody does this.
New content. Explore the newly available Ignis Field lot with the new Simulacra Liu Huo.
I can't wait to explore the map, and then all of the little things are gonna be fucking time gated. No, you can't open this box for 47 more hours. Why? Because fuck you, that's why.
Sorry, for some reason I was reading that as a hua.
The gotcha
with an A,
report
and
from
Mulan,
June.
And dive into this
I'll
new
look at it after
civilization of
this.
another space-time.
Actually,
With
let's
the new
look at it right
mentorship system.
now. I want to see it right now. Gotcha report June 2023. Well, I don't even see Tower. Oh, there it is, right there. So Tower Fantasy is at, let's see, June to May. Okay, so it went down by $300,000. But for the most part, I would say it did. I feel like a lot of these games are down. Nikkei, well, of course Nikkei is doing well. It makes sense, right? I mean, the characters in that game have really big boobs, so like, of course the game is successful. Like, why? I mean, how is this confusing? Like, come on. So yeah, you look at this, like Tower of Fantasy is making $1 million a month. I think that's pretty good.
The chance to receive rare rewards such as a free Mia skin. Cute. Dude, nobody cares about Mia. I guess let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer. New footage for 3.0. I mean, a 7-minute trailer for a character. I don't know, that seems a lot. 400 views 2 hours ago. 10K views 7 days ago. Things are not.
I mean, to be fair, 8 days ago, this one had 400,000 views. Like, that's pretty good. Like, I mean, the game's not as big as Genshin Impact or something like that. But 400,000 views 8 days ago, that's a big video. This one's 185, this one's 118. Like, I mean, these are bad. Some of them are really good, some of them are really bad.
Looking good for this channel, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, here we go. There are 2 videos I actually want to look at here. I think this is an English version of the Chinese trailer that I saw a while ago. And the version I saw,
Like a flower on a withered tree.
I know upset some people because it was from a website that had the parts of the trailer censored.
Life and death shan't vanish.
It wasn't the official Billy Billy version.
Has taken hold. Life, like morning dew, gone before we sleep. For all
I think one of the problems that Tower of Fantasy had, like whenever I compare it to games like what I've seen from Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, is that the characters in Tower of Fantasy weren't very memorable, and they weren't that interesting. And one thing that I've learned from like these gacha games is that people get really attached to the individual characters, and liking the characters means liking the game. Like people like March from like Honkai Star Rail, and they like Hu Tao from Genshin Impact because they're nice and they're cute. That's it. They want waifus. Yes, they want waifus that are like, you know, with March. March is the perfect gacha game girl. She's really cute and she's stupid. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want.
Existence in the universe. Death has been foretold.
Sorry, what? I was distracted.
So it
like, love or
respawned the
hate Tower
butterfly?
Fantasy, disagree with me about... Oh, wow.
That's nice.
Love or hate Tower Fantasy, you cannot contest the fact that this is a beautiful game.
Looks nice, yeah. Game looks nice. I feel like one of the big differences with like Tower Fantasy, and I saw this also with Wuthering Waves, is like if you compare the color spectrum, I think a game like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail, the colors are so much more vibrant and things stick out a lot more. Like it looks much more, I guess it's like more saturated in a way. Genshin has extremely vibrant colors, yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's appealing.
Meetings, partings, not up to us. But I shall force fate to yield.
Yeah, they're showing the goods, what everyone cares about.
Those gone no longer a memory. Many have doubted me, calling my deeds mere dreams, used by others against me. They fail to see I'm on their side. Though our actions and goals align, they rejected my schemes.
It's okay. Okay. I'm gonna save. Take a break. 4 hours. We did good. We did a lot better than we normally do. We got good trade going. Who's in the party? Allowed to. Actually, before I forget. No, I don't want to buy his brewery. Got raid tonight. Excited for it. I'll be back.